fixed up right there. So I know I'm kind of all in the face a little bit. You ain't trying to be. The haters gotta be in the room, man. Looking for the haters, man, because it seems like those are the ones who just, can't turn away. If something was horrible, you don't like something, you don't have to even look at something. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, you don't have to trouble your spirit with it. Just leave it alone. All right, man. It's a beautiful sunny day out this morning. I'll tell you that much. We got like 30 men on the beach, no women, so gotta be careful when the flies is out. I gotta put this right here so I can use it quick enough to swat the flies out. Anytime, the flies come around, it's a spiritual thing. Meaning that it's but they say, you see a white spider, you don't see a white man. The flies, you got, eyes. They're not natural to the plant. And once again, if you don't agree, you ain't gotta watch. If you don't agree, you ain't gotta agree. You ain't gotta watch it. So we cool with all 2 to 3s. I'm taking my right up. I need the sun to hit I gotta let the sun hit my ethers. All right, there we go. There we go. Woo-hoo. A lot of people is like sad right now. You can feel the energy, especially out here where I'm at. They feel it's a shift in the world, And it's pretty triggering for certain people. But we chop it up about these type of things on this channel. Celibacy, spiritual connection with celibacy, because Nagas ain't really did it like that. We have false prophets coming to the game trying to tell us things. False prophets was trying to tell us all kind of histories on the other side of the world, while still coming to our side of the world, so they might try to sabotage me because they've been muting my videos lately at first, so I gotta take it easy. But yeah, we're chopping it up about the culture. Your culture is your power. I know haters are gonna be in the game. That's they gaslight and project. We already have a diagnosis for the haters. You know what I'm saying? We already know they got cluster B personality disorder. They're narcissistic, pathological, narcissistic, histrionic, highly sexual, borderline personality disorders. Individuals who are influenced by spirits who never lived a corporeal or physical life. Some they don't understand what mortals is. So death to them is like nothing. Death to them type of spirits is nothing. Hey, what's happening? Death to those type of spirits is like nothing, because that they can entice a mortal being to do something, that feel like they feel like they've done something. But you have been given the power in your culture as a NAGA or an American, to master these spirits that try to entice your spirit and entice you into doing things that's weak and wicked. Tapping into your tree, which is your kundalini, your tree of life. At early ages, they forced us. We didn't do it by choice though. You put a big old smile on my. How you doing? Bless you, bless you. I'm sending good energy straight to you. It's said, what is it, Knox? I don't know the name. I ain't saying it wrong. I'm glad y'all in the room. We're just chopping it up about America. A lot of prophecies is coming to fruition, and I'm not right on the mainland, but I'm a part of the. Well, I'm from Mississippi though. But I'm saying I'm not in America right now. As you can see, all of this, it may be Florida and shit, but But I'm building about this situation. It's about our culture being our power. As far as black people, man, we've been getting the shit end of the stick, and it's not about so-called complaining. It's just we're making knowledge born. People are actually acknowledging the fact that we're not an evil, wicked people. Like we have a fire in us, and we love to we never went out to try to kill other people. Now it gets a little deeper, because when I'm starting to talk about false prophets, y'all hear there's like the NOIs and stuff like that. If y'all ever heard of the Nation of Islam, you know, they had a leader that came to America from Turkey, you know, so, and his name was Farad Muhammad, and he taught, you know, black people, or taught Elijah Muhammad, who taught black people in America, who went to the prison system and taught the black people, instead of just going to the children, you know what I mean? That would have just, you know, bypassed a lot of all the crap that we went through with all these false prophets coming to into the land. I'm talking about like with Marcus Garvey's, your Noble Drew Ali's. Hey, what's happening? Let me pick the phone up. I think we got some good Wi-Fi right now, so I can pick up real fast. Peace, Gojo. I hope I said Jojo or Gojo. I hope I said it right. We're talking about some American things, man, so you can know what happened in the ghetto. It's pretty much what happened. You know, ghetto is a place where they put Jews at. Ain't that crazy? It's a quinky dinky, huh? But they, you know, the truth is starting to come out, and it's not like a conspiracy theory no more. Cause hey, peace, y'all. I didn't write it. It just came out. So anyhow, though, we're dealing with these false prophets, man, who try to entice us and get us into the religions on the other side of the world. The ones on the other side of the world was dealing with false prophets, and we're dealing with false lords and false gods like Luaman, and false gods like, you know, Jabril or Thoth. And these guys were sending emissaries to America. And a lot of people that's on the other side of the world, you know, they don't want war at all. They don't even like bombs and threats of war and all of this stuff, you know. They don't want all that, man. Don't nobody want that. All right, man, you already know. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want war. And the people, the government of the people, are just still being influenced to do the war. So it's going to force the people to kind of like pull away from the government a little bit more. Because if you do feel like you are chosen one of the most high awe spirit, that you have it in your genes, because the world has already been, you know, circumnavigated already by everyone, you know, even the nigga that's in America, because America is our land. They just now telling you that we were the Native Americans. And then the, you know, the other natives came from across, you know, from Asia, and they know that too. They're starting to realize it themselves, and some of them are in denial, but that's part of the cluster B. But once they get it in their head and they understand in their heart that they are actually from another part, they'll see that they came over and they learned spiritually from us, from the all spirit. Because in their part, they didn't really know the all spirit too tough. Because when you're dealing with false gods, you know, they're banking on you to transition and to like go to their little false heavenly kingdoms and shit. And their false heavenly kingdoms are like, you know, dealing with, you know, man is looking at God as being a humanoid being or something that you can feel and touch. I'm talking about the all spirit. God is just a title of a being. You know, we're naturally all gods in America. That's what they say. They'll tell you that. I'm looking around, see some spirits coming through. We got a man looking at me. You know, I'm celibate, so men are kind of attracted to me a little bit. And I can sit in the sun. And they're attracted to me in certain ways. You know, that doesn't always have to be sexual, but it's a kundalini thing. You know, so but we're all gonna be going into this. We're using this fire element right now, going into the fire horse year in China. Like, we use all the calendars. You know, then it's gonna bring us right into the year of the goat, which is my Chinese sign, or the year of the lamb. So anyhow, though, yeah, so we had false prophets coming to America that was telling us about Islam. We know nothing about Islam like that. We had a world war that took place in our land that a lot of people didn't know about. And when I say a lot of people, you know, like it was a big old necromancy spell. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Right around this earthquake right around the time this earthquake happened in New Madrid, Missouri, is in like 1811, 1812. It was so big, it's damn near couldn't be reported on the Richter scale, but it's right in the middle of America. That earthquake changed a lot of things up. It was felt all the way in New York, they say. Now you can Google it and look it up. I'm gonna have to pull it up too. But this earthquake was a very powerful earthquake, and it kind of changed everything. It said it made the Mississippi flow north. You know, and so a lot of records got destroyed. These are weapons that they use, harmonic weapons. You know, we learned the science of harmonics and tones and rhythms and overtones and things of that nature, just dealing with music, and that's how you can utilize, you know, technology on a higher level versus just being, you know, using copper. We were just showing that on a low level. And when they found us, we was pretty much in a bronze stage. They didn't see us in our golden age where we built the daggone buildings, you know, and building them and the mounds and all these different things as it graduated. And they know that's what happened, so they actually can see a civilization, how it evolved. and how it went around the world to teach everybody else. That's what they kind of hold back from everybody. They don't want nobody to know that, you know, the niggas in America already went around the world. It was bringing foods and trees and different things to different underdeveloped, you know, spiritual beings that were natural in their land, but they weren't all the way at that point. They asked in their own hearts who was the original people, you know, they wanted to look, they looking up to the sky every day, seeing the stars and shit. They don't know what the hell's going on. They got to catch food and things of that nature. So happened to be some niggas pulled up on the shore, showed them how to plant seeds and shit. Not just came to put the whip on their ass and take them somewhere else or take their land and resources. It was like, no, this is what we do over here. We're gonna put this in the ground, we gotta wait. And this star hits over here and this does this. You're gonna be able to harvest, meaning that it's gonna grow up like a tree. You're gonna have to get the seed and put it to the side. This is what bees do for us, you know? Bees do this for us, and we don't even know it. They're like the master farmers. We had to look and do the knowledge to the bee. And our ancestors was telling us that, you know, giving us, you know, confirmation in the spirit form, because nothing ever really dies. It's like, you know, nerd, nothing ever really dies, yo. We're really just light beings in a corporeal form, a dense form. And once we start getting away from, you know, the 666 type of, you know, mindset, which is the carbon-based mindset. Everybody think that carbon, we're silica-based, you know. We need sun, we need charging up, you know. It charges up our melanin molecule, which holds information from the UV rays of the sun. You know, it's another form of communication. And also with the environment around us. But they make us think that we're carbon-based. You know, carbon is flimsy. And when you look at carbon-based foods, it's dealing with cheeses and, you know, meats. You know, a lot of the things that you ain't really supposed to eat. But we ate those things in our earlier part of our development and as being like humans and spirits and shit, you know what I'm saying? But now we're at a point where we're supposed to just only really get to a point where we're fruitarian vegans and reaching to the sky for the food, which is the fruits, like the big ass coconut trees that's 80 feet off the ground. Something got to be good about that if you got to climb up this motherfucker to get that. But you know, as farming, we'll learn how not to let it get so goddamn high in the first place by topping it off. But still, those coconuts that would be up there, they would be considered like champagne coconuts, you know, and those, they so daggone good, it's ridiculous. You can damn near charge $50 a coconut with that motherfucker. Pour that bitch, man, it's so good. All the minerals, BCAAs, that's really what we're supposed to be eating. So as a mortal species, we're gonna naturally develop, you know, supplements so we can curb the appetite and not keep the gut full so long. So hence we get more into our spiritual development and shit. Because at the beginning we was more fleshy, you know? So yeah, man, so when false prophets knew they can come into the land, they knew already it was a war that happened a long time ago. You know, the year, you know, they call it 19 something, but they know it's only 1,000 years, and they lied about 1,000 years, you know, to us. So anyhow, let's make their moves because people come out, you know, when I'm around, you know, men too. I have to try to push them away with my energy and shit because they do the same thing every single day. So that means it's psychotic, you know what I mean? I know I'm dealing with a cluster B personality disorder people all day. And they on drugs and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta, being out here in my presence without saying much, got some of the higher elite ones off of that shit. And they came up to me and just thanked me. It's really hell, I could feel it in their hand grips. Like, you inspire me, big dog. And they'll see me walking down the way every day. I'm not standing on the corner with no sign or nothing, begging and shit. I just, you know, even though people, they try to teach hate, but, you know, it doesn't work. So anyways, though, back to the false prophets, man. The false prophets could have came on they could have came in, you know, taught the children in the ghettos and shit like that, but they chose to go to the prison system. Why? Because we're dealing with cluster B personality disorder individuals psychologically. So you feel that you can reform them, but you can reform them in such a way where you can control them. That's what the NOI was doing at first. You know, the Moorish Science Temple of America, they called itself the Moorish. They really didn't establish no type of land or no type of grocery store chain or things of that nature, even up to this day. And people are still claiming this. It's a psychotic mentality. You know, we have the only Moors I know who got a store, and you can say what you want about them and shit, but it's the Hebrew Israelite niggas, man. They got a store with righteous foods in that motherfucker. I remember I used to go to the mug in DC on Georgia Avenue, man. I don't know if they still got them, but I know I went to their store and wasn't nothing in there, had no swine of any kind. Everything was kosher. You know what I'm saying? The women wrapped up 3/4, so you can only see their face. Men, they're chilling, you know what I'm saying? Everybody relax. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, so we're about to get to that point again. But when you're dealing with false prophets coming in, writing books talking about 360 questions to ask Hebrew Israelite or something, or 360 questions to ask whatever, sometimes whatever Mason or whatever, they don't really have nothing to 360 questions to ask a NOI. They didn't say that because this talking about false prophet Malachi York. He felt like he was with the NOI, so I'm pretty sure they was in the same little study room with Eli, coming along Elijah's tale. He wanted to be a part of that and the finish of the extension of the story of bringing shit from Africa to America, because Malachi York, false prophet, dealing with another American false prophet who claimed to come from Sudan and come all the way to America, whose side is on America and his father's side is on Sudan. I maybe got it wrong or what like that. I studied that when I was like 16, 17. I'm up in my culture ciphers now. That means, if you don't know that, that means, in the 40s and shit. And so, he wanted to add on to that situation. So he came out with a lot of books to kind of divide niggas and shit and kind of take over what he wanted to do, and which was kind of said, like he came with the land and things, shit like that. But he had for sale signs on the land. False prophet shit, what Most High said, you can't sell the land if they give it to you. And right before the whole little raid happened, there was no men on the land. They took the land, and everything had to happen to revolve around, the whole little sexual molecule. This thing about me so bad. This thing about me so bad. You know what I'm saying? You don't belong here. It's sad. It's sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had to go to their own little home for a second, and then we have to come back out. But not to the people who's already been at their own homes. I ain't worried about them. They know what's up. People who've been around niggas too long and shit, it's like, y'all got to get away. You got to get away. You're not appreciative. Niggas ain't even been offensive to you at all. It's written in the script. So, you know what I'm saying? They trying to what you call it. Let me jump back into the game. Because I always get gangsta on this shit for some reason. Out here. They want me to give them their energy, man. It's like, it's a sad situation too. They do it at the gym, they do it outside. Let me set this up. You know what I mean? They do it outside. They see me in my peace talking to y'all. Hold on. That's how I'm trying to make it do like this. For a second. Wow, man. You can't help yourself, man. You just can't even help yourself, man. And I'm saying, and it's not out of hate, it's just out of truth. And this spot right out here, man, it's just a sad situation for these people, man. That's all, man, because they dealing with the cluster B, gaslighting and projecting from a different status. We dealt with it from the psychopathic status where they did the murder, death, kills, and all that stuff like that. But now we know it's a more and more war, basically. It's, other blacks against the niggas in America. It's like a Cain and Abel type of thing going on. And people, our brothers and them, we call them brothers, man, but they want our land. They still treat us like that to this day. Like we weren't shit. And we're not mad at the African. We don't, the only ones who really want to be. Look at this devil looking at me. He's giving me this wicked ass smile. They be like, but I'm in the sun. They can't be in it long. But they'll go try to hide under the fucking tree to look at me, talk to y'all. It's the most entertaining thing they can see, man. I'm telling y'all. I gotta keep my focus on y'all. It's crazy. People who have that low vibratory energy, who have nothing to do but to be offensive and shit, and watch you. They have nothing. No, I'm telling you, they call these people howlers out here. Soulless, breathless beings, man. It's sad too. It's sad, man, because it's like they allow these people to walk around here doing anything. Shit. You know what I mean? So anyhow, though, we're dealing with the false prophets. With Malachi York. I know I got off the route, but Malachi York, who comes into the game, who says that he adds on with the NOI. This is why it's important to know that the culture is your power, this is supreme mathematics. The father got killed for this. He actually came to the ghettos to talk to children. He only had like 3 to 5 years to teach, and part of those years they was trying to take him away, and he went straight to the ghetto. He's from the South. He ain't from the North. He ain't from New York. He taught the children up north. Peace, most high. It's a butterfly and shit. I got a devil trying to be in front of me and shit. But yeah, and so he came to the north. So he was taught under Malcolm X, which was El Hajj Malik Shabazz at that time. And with that situation, his name is James Clarence 13X. It so happened to had the 13 in his name. He's a very passionate brother, very sincere. And for the brothers that was in the ghetto and shit, just look at them. They all gotta come around and be like little zombies and shit. That one right there, he gonna get fucked up. But So, you know, he came and he seen that there was kids that was, you know, fatherless and shit, you know what I mean? Or kids that didn't have, you know, too much of a stand-up, you know, man in the household or whatnot, you know, and they outside and shit. And so when he came and told him, like, yo, you know who you is? And the kids like wondering, like, who are, what, you know, you was God, yo. So when you hear anybody talking about God right now, the Father is the one who talks about that. The Father one is who told the first 9 born that they were God. We only used Islam at that time because it was the most powerful, to be known the most rebel at that time. We used Islam because it was rebel. We didn't use Hebrew Israelite or nothing, because it wasn't like a real thing too tough for us. And that's where, you know, that we used that. But now, as you see with the Islam, is we as the supreme mathematics and supreme alphabet, it's I or Islam, meaning that it's intelligence or Islam. But now we describe out the Islam. Your culture is just divine by itself. You have a divine culture, which is I, God, which is you living your natural way of life, which is to be free and have a free dome and a free mind, to know and understand, to be a master of yourself and not of nobody else. That's how we're going to blend in together. The only way we're going to do that one is to do celibacy, and nobody going to be able to do that. Right? Ain't nobody else going to be able to do what we're going to do right now, which is the celibate energy. We're using the fire, right? We're using the fire of the cosmos, the solar energy, everything, man, to bring the light, the heaven, the Most High, the Father's kingdom on earth. It touches the crown when you raise up this light in your belly. I mean, so this is my 7th year, and this is what's going on. I already did a semen retention at this point, where I released at 3 months, 8 months, went back to 4 months, 3 months again, or 6 months, and we know the spots now. You know what I mean? When it gets dangerous, and when it's hard for you to master. But then we know the spot where you can get over it. It's an ongoing joint where Most High can only drain that light out you. You know, but you gotta not have sex with yourself and not jack off and not have no type of orgasm. Your woman is highly multi-orgasm. You know, that's who you may have orgasms. Y'all can manifest things like that. What's up, thugs? Y'all good? Here you go, baby. You know what I'm saying? The woman you do that with, you know. So a lot of men nowadays, they're making it be so cool to have the gate of them where they can be trans, they can want to turn themselves into women, to think that, you know, because they know that a black man is kind of more attracted to a woman type of vibe, you know what I mean? Not just a masculine man, unless he's just like, yeah, I'm dominating this motherfucker. He wants to whatever, you know what I mean? It's a sexual thing. Remember, this Kundalini, truth is in the porn, that's why you don't get into that, you know? You'll see how they really feel, because it's very fleshy. So they know that they can appeal to a man through their male counterpart, to sexually try to appeal to them through the transgender shit. And that right there can actually turn your Kundalini the opposite direction. That's what they want, like freely. They do this to people around the world without having to whoop their ass. They had to do that to our children and shit. So this is why it's important for us to be celibate. You know what I'm saying? It was forced on us. We was that disciplined that we didn't even want to have sex with motherfuckers. We were cool with our girls. Our girls weren't head doctors or no shit like that shit. They weren't, man. You couldn't even get a man, please. And that's just now kind of happened. You know what I'm saying? But we're getting back to it now. Everybody understanding the celibacy is going to heal us. They can laugh all they want to, man. Let them laugh all they want to. They took the treaty. All these mothers got flags, you know what I'm saying, outside of America. And they can talk about us that we ain't got no culture or whatever. But our culture is our power, too. That's 4 and 5. The culture power, which 4 and 5 equals 9. Your culture is your power to born. To born what? That's the 9. The number 9, the spiral 9. You born your culture with all over again, to show and prove that you are one who knows and understands. That's master, the M letter basically in the alphabet. You mastering yourself. And people fear that you mastering yourself, you may master them by doing such, because they will listen to you because they lower on their light. We're going to be the only ones to do this shit. We're going to be the only ones. You're going to see all the men is attracted to niggas, man. That's what you're going to, even the African. And see, and you know, the Africans that are trying, you know, there's chosen and faithless ones over there in different countries. You know, Kenya is probably one of the most spiritually developed to me, you know, as far as like people. I know there's more other people over there, but there's a different cast of men. In our country, in our land, we have all priests and priestess. Like we were all in tune with the all spirit. When they say that the all spirit was in America or Guatemala, they're not talking about, and with the Native Americans, they're not talking about the Native Americans that they show on the TV with what we showed them. They're talking about the Native Americans, which is us. Like, we was with the all spirits. We was coming up with the inventions, the creations. We had the buildings and shit. The most buildings. We had what they call New York, or Manhattan, or Chicago, Chicago. We had all that, man. Everything popping. Everything popping. Canals popping all the way to from the top of Alaska down to the bottom of Chile, man. We had it popping, G. And they know it. So I know y'all probably heard that they jumped us with seven nations and shit, surrounded all the shores, and they had help because they know we weren't gonna let them niggas come over to our shit. It's like, y'all done already showed your ass already, man. Only a few of you can come, but now you see, with the powers that were, they was letting everybody in, and some of the people that was coming in weren't right and exact. Now I understand that they wanted to live their life and shit, you know what I'm saying, get away from their homeland, you know what I'm saying, because their own people were self-sabotaging their own self. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. We weren't doing that in our land. We weren't self-sabotaging our own self. You know what I'm saying? We weren't murder, death, killing. Y'all seeing that with the gangs, because the gangs were turned against each other. When you're dealing with frequencies and harmonics, and you finally got this close to the nigga, you got him to lower his light. He's not like a virgin no more. You know, he's actually having sex with himself now. They can do harmonic frequency codes on you and shit. Love is got to. Like, just send it out in the air, man. and influence you. That's what they do to us. Those harmonic frequencies lower your vibration for them to be able to touch you now. Your sex, your kundalini, man, that's important. So when these people when you see these men that trying to appeal to black men, they got sites that's worshiping the black man, the BBC or whatever they want to call it. That's what you gotta do. We didn't make them shits up. They doing that shit. And they enjoy it, and they follow you around like it's like, you know, like it's cool. Like, you be slick. Come on, I ain't paying you. I just, you know, it's just men. We can do this. But see, the difference is with a transgender, they don't have a multi-orgasm. They're not multi-orgasmic. They think that, oh, if I look like a woman, I get some hormones, my titties get big, whatever. They get their shit even changed inside out. But you're not multi-orgasmic. Most High made that. You still, when you have an orgasm, that's it. Unless you take some type of pill or something to block off something. A woman don't have that. Hence, this is why, you know, prostate cancer is big amongst niggas, man. Amongst the black community, they called us black. We didn't make the name up black. Shit. We just go on, they changed the name so many times, and I was like, okay, this is okay. My mom used to tell me that all the time. She was called, you know, black, Negro, and all that on the birth certificates. And my granddad used to break it down and how it changed so many times. I was fortunate enough to have a granddaddy who was, you know, 74 years older than me. So as I grew, I got 13 years with him. He taught me a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? We from Mississippi. So every you know, just, that's where it matters at. So it's like, yo, you do have to take a time to repent, because they're coming at you sexually, dog, in all forms and fashions. So prostate comes when you overstimulate, you know what I'm saying, your orgasmic ejaculations. You doing that? Oh, man, gee. Oh, man, oh, man. You can talk a good game at that point, but you ain't going to be able to do nothing. That drive ain't going to be that damn high to do something. That's just where we have the advantage at. But a lot of us don't use that advantage, you know what I'm saying? Especially in professional sports, we won't even be celibate for the whole, whatever, first 5 years of the career or whatever, you know. Because really, after you bang so much, you should know the differences. You damn near know all the responses you would get from every, you know, one type of woman in the world. You know, you don't understand, but you can now, when you do celibacy, within 3 months, within a month, you appreciate a woman a whole lot more. A whole lot more. Woman to be, if she's celibate, she'll be a lot more meaner. She'll be a lot more meaner, so she won't be giving it up. It'd be hard. You have to speak game. When they say game, you got to speak game at that point. You know what I mean? You have to start all over again. Y'all got to start with the kissing. You have to go to the park, sit down. You got to put in them hours with her. Then start off with the peck. Then people don't even tongue kiss no more. But yeah, you got to get up with that, man. The sexual energy is very important. The false prophets they never told us about working out. They only told us about a book. They wanted to told us just enough to control us for 100 years. 100 years is up now. Ain't no more. What's up, y'all? Y'all Gucci? Come here. They like, yeah, you don't mess with us no more. I'm like, I mess with y'all, man. I mess with y'all. They're like, man, I ain't seen you in a while. You over here early. Yeah. This is the day after the Sabbath and shit, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Thuggy? What's happening? Say peace to everybody. Hey, now. We got some peanuts. I've been having some bread. He's like, man, I don't know, man. You been having, like, that other shit lately, man. What happened to that sweet stuff? What's up? You gonna come over here or what? Come here. Yeah, you know, instead of us, like, harnessing our gifts, music and stuff, you know, why didn't even want us to, you know, do music together, do music and shit. Only Farrakhan can do music. This nigga still issuing out warnings and shit. Like, dude, we don't care about that. What kind of warning do you want to get? Come here. Come here. So we issuing out warnings. Say, hey. Isn't out. I'm like, yo, that don't make no dang sense. Riding the coattail and shit. Riding the coattail. I'm just trying to let this truck go past or something. I'm hold out. I'm on grass and we got a truck driving on grass too. But this is new though. This is you know, so knock on the grass, feeding the bird, man. That's amazing. And I'm not saying that for no coattail, man. Shit, for my own coattail. That's amazing. You know the flag that niggas get out in the world, like they ain't nothing. Like, you know, they gangsters and all of that and everything. They ain't never seen our loving side. We're not gangsters. We are gangsters, but we just really creators and shit. We got people that are put in the work for us, though. That's why most I want you to sit back. It's hard to do, though, because you're dealing with the flesh. It's hard to do because, you know, you got to try to tame that spirit real fast, so you can be able to get the spirits to do what you need them to do. Because now you're communicating through the spirit. That's where the superpower come in at. So yeah, it'll be hard to pick up a boulder in the flesh, but with the spirit to pick up a boulder, it's like picking up a fucking pebble and shit. You're like, how you know, nigga? I'm just figuratively guessing. Hey. So anyhow, man, you know, I was gonna break down the science of you know, like I say, false prophets, you know, this is why the gods and earths came into the game. It's like, yo, you your own God, yo. You know, the earth is the woman, you know, and now we see what the world is. We're not using the Copernicus model because, you know, the NOI uses the Copernicus models when it's pertaining to the solar facts, you know, talking about what the earth is and all of that. The earth is just where all the worlds are on. That's earth. Thug, come on now. Hey, Swift, what's up, baby girl? Come here. It's a sparrow. I think she finna come through. I know I keep cutting off and shit. Anyhow, though, if y'all familiar with the Worlds Beyond the Poles, those books, you know, on the navigator who crossed the pole, who crossed the ice wall or whatnot, you know, these books came out a while ago. Now you got people who are, except that later one, the Worlds Beyond the Pole came out around 1913 or something like that. I may be mistaken on that one, but it came out early, so you had to be one of the ones that had those books back in the 90s and shit to really do the knowledge to it. Like, yo, this thing's like a flat plane, you know, and that was a book that was talking about that then. And even the book called the Owaspy, which was out before the NOI. This book was out before the NOI. It warns you and tells you, hey, yo, man, watch out for those angels that come in and they try to masquerade themselves as the all spirit. Like, for Muhammad, he came in the game. We don't know his flesh. We never seen him in the flesh and shit. He could have been a spirit talking to Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad could probably see Sarkis. Remember, false gods do that too. They go find, you know what I'm saying? They try to mimic the Most High, finding, you know, mortals that can, utilizing mortals that can see Sargis or see spirits and hear spirits and communicate with them. But we was already doing that in America. So they got over to America and popped off and tried to put off Islam in our shit. We weren't with that. We was already with the Creator. We kind of slipped off of that a little bit by all the people coming and visiting in the first place and shit. Kind of fucked us up. This is why everybody got to move around for a little bit so we can invite everybody back in a different way. Because we cool. We want to chill with everybody too. Because the order for people to evolve off the planet, they got to be around us. Or else they'll just be in darkness forever and shit. We have to send angels to their asses all the time. Like, hold up, nigga. They'll be in darkness, G. They don't know nothing. Man don't know shit. Where have you seen that man invented, man? Besides niggas invented some shit. He's different. And they know it, man. It's the Kundalini, y'all. I'm telling you. You ain't gonna even have to masquerade ego. You won't have to do none of that shit. It's gonna speak for itself. All of us together is gonna really speak. You get 50,000 born again virgin men, along with the new little young drops too, because we have to means that for us to repent. That's a hard job to do. The young ones ain't even experienced what we experienced. It's gonna be a little bit easier for them to master the shit. For us, we already buzzed 1,000 nuts already and shit. We had to stop, nigga. It's like, damn, nigga. And then once they do it, they gonna be like, damn, you had to stop this. Once they get their wife, they gonna be like, y'all had to stop this. Yeah, but you gotta be real with yourself. Are you really going? If you're a man, are you really fucking girls every goddamn day? Are you really going out getting a lot of females? Are you really doing this? Women, they can, but they don't need to be doing that because that's messing up the womb. Put that back down. That's messing up the womb. You know, it's geared around messing up their womb. The false prophets ain't come up with no birthing classes, no birthing schools, no teaching midwifery, doulaship to the man. I learned how to be a doula. I delivered my baby and shit. They grown now, shit. So we have to talk about that through experience. I'm not just somebody just talking and shit, just saying like, oh, I'm telling you, and I ain't had no children. I be telling them, oh, yo, get some children, man. You know what I'm saying? Get some children, man. We don't, like, you know why? You ain't got to go to the grown people in the prisons. I know you reforming them and things of that nature. You know, they're at their weakest point. It's like how Jesus and them, boy, you know, the Christians going to them in the prisons and shit. But to the children, the father went to the ghetto with the children, taught them mathematics, the supreme mathematics. Knew that it was going to take time for them to grow. And they killed the father, you know, for teaching supreme mathematics. That's the story that nobody really knows about too tough. The rappers know. They utilize that. You know, a lot of rappers from the NOI, from Now I in New York, they utilize that. There's a lady doing something, I don't know what the hell she's doing and shit. You see them over here recording and shit, but you know, a lot of people do things. They have entitlement issues and shit, but this is like, I think that's like Hawaiian, so people, you know, they feel the same way we feel when people come to the land. But once they understand that we connected, that's the only reason why America came out here in the first goddamn, or why they gave this a land anyways. I mean, called this a state anyways. It's a sacred place. It's a whole bunch of mounds all over this place. Shit. So you know wherever there's mounds at, there's niggas. And there's Tatari buildings. So we know like the modern day Hawaiian didn't build that shit. It's Tatari. What they call it, Tatari structure. That's what they would call it. I just use that. I just use that for, you know, a trigger. We was talking about that shit back in 2016, man. I don't know how long ago, 16, 2015, 14, something like that, man. It's like we already, it's like 10, 12 years. Everybody chopping on it right now. We're like, man, I'm walking around the neighborhoods, like, showing the castles and shit. I'm only getting like 60 views off that shit. I'm like, look at this building. What did you say? What do you say? And I was like, yo, man, linking it together, man. They found lawyers and business people, highly sophisticated civilization running shit. Running. So, you know, we'll make up our Jamaicans and stuff like that, you know. They chopping it up with the Haile Selassie eyes. You know, I only mess with a few Jamaicans though. Like, you know, Sizzler, I mess with them, the new ones, Lil Coffee, and Capleton and Blue Juke Barrington, a few more. That's conscious though. Cause they know what's up. I never had them. I met Sizzler and shit. He actually touched my baby mama's belly when my son was pregnant. I remember she was pregnant with my son. That was like 25 years ago or something. Into Wisconsin, cold. So yeah, I deal with them. Anybody else from that land? They dealing with tourism too much. You know what I mean? They cool with the folks. They cool. They too cool with the folks. Hey baby, what's that? See my chest? My chest big, girl. I'm a big girl. Yeah, yes, girl, big girl. Chest big. They all happy and they feel the vibe and shit, man. That's what these humans, these so-called humans around see me. They be mad at giving me the evil eye heart as a motherfucker shit. They be pissed. They even got money and shit. Some of them got the money. They be millionaires and billionaires. There's no, he said millionaires and billionaires around that, man. And they can ride right past me or hump the horn like we just chilled. The same motherfucker. We in paradise and shit. I utilize mine though. They can't make fun of me out this motherfucker. They try to and they're looking like, oh man, this nigga is in his home and shit. He can sit down outside in the heat. No problem. It shows that he could be here. And he's not like a so-called African and shit. I didn't. They see the difference. You know, we're not Africans, big dog. And some of our African brothers, I love y'all. I like y'all. Like I said, don't be. I ain't get it down, girl, get it down. Ooh, that was hard. Y'all see that? Girl, you almost fucked yourself up. Told you, don't be careful. Damn. So yeah, you know, I was saying something about something shit, but about the Africans and shit. I think I said something about the Africans. I like some, like I said, a few of my Africans are cool. I got some cool Liberians. They some thugs and shit though. That's for sure. Yeah, we never, but for the powers that be over there, they want to make it seem like we came from over there. Now they really trying to say that and get us to really run with it. We're not even the spells up, man. We're not even thinking about that shit, man. We were cool before something happened, and we're not cool no more like that. You know, I went to Mississippi again one time, and some Africans came down there. They weren't even associated with us. And there's so many niggas in Mississippi, man. You don't see white folks. I'm talking about Jackson. You know what I mean? It's different. It's like our own land and shit, G. But and they was over there just not even talking, but they was getting their fish together. And I was cool. But we weren't even communicating, linking up. It was just felt weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, G. I see, but I'm used to seeing them in like a setting of like a whole bunch of different cultures, like in Minnesota or something, where we're all blended and shit. But to see them come to my own and shit, I was like, hold up, man, y'all really a little off and shit. You know what I mean? We happy we at least wave over here to each other in Mississippi. That's one of the main spots in the South. You're gonna get a wave going on and shit. You know, you gotta see who you is, man. Y'all, they'll do that to us. We ain't bribing them. We could bribe them. They got thousands of dollars. Some of them have millions of dollars. They married our women and shit. We ain't complaining. We like, nigga, whatever it take to get you. I think we was more down for the African than the African was for us, B. Whatever it take, nigga. Yeah, man. You know, when wear it, marry you, keep you over here and shit. But how you do them women after such? You know what I'm saying? Breaking them off at the beginning. They was breaking them off at the beginning. That's cluster B personality. Idolizing and devaluing, discarding and shit. After they got what they needed. That's why it's not a whole union thing going on. It's not united like how America was. America's united. Was united through Hiawatha, the true prophet of the Creator, the Most High. Hey, Devo, what's up? It's a different bird. You know? We already had the union, but I mean, it wasn't in TVs and huts and shit that everybody tried to make everybody think. Like, they try to make us think that the African was in huts and try to make us think that we thought that they was, you know, try to make them think that we thought they were savages and shit. But we already knew to see past that. We admired them anyway. As soon as hip-hop came out, we still admired them. Shit, man. You know more about, there's some niggas in America that know more about African history than Africans know about that shit. You know, y'all just not finding out about niggas. That's what it is. Like, niggas doing a lot of things, man. Niggas, we had a high civilization, dude. Our civilization was really high. Like, I'm talking about courts, judges. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that type shit. High, man. The dress codes were high. Elevators. Niggas invented the elevator and shit. Niggas had elevators in them buildings, man. That's just to say something to cover up some shit. Them buildings had elevators and all that shit thousands of years ago. At least half a century ago. Star Forts was in the ground for Star Forts was in the ground for how long, man? We had Star Forts in the ground for forever, man. You go to Cuba, they got ancient fucking lasers, laser cannons, man. We had this shit. We had it blocked. You know what I'm saying? They weren't coming over, like really, really blocked, man. Like shit. Ray tried to drop kick off shit like the top rope. This is Atlantis. The whole world is Atlantis. You know what I'm saying? We was over the whole world, not just America. They want to call it like America's Atlantis or Atlan. It's just a part. We call it, you know, Atlanta or whatever, Atlan. False prophet Malachi York said Atlan. You know, he kept, you know, keep trying to get us over there in the Moors and shit. Sold the land. I don't know who the fuck he sold it to. They came and took the land that way. Nobody didn't even fight for the land. Oh, you motherfuckers, boy. Oh, man, that's sad, shit. I ain't saying that for the birds. I'm talking about for that. And nobody even try to even establish to get the land no more. All them black professionals. Even with 21 Savage, that my boy Phase 1 be calling out so much. I'm like, yo, y'all need to go ahead and get the land, man. Fuck it. We don't care if this nigga's this, that, and the third, man. All right, here you go, thug. It's kind of big. Hope you got it, though. Nobody did, man. False prophets of America, man. That these niggas are still using AI and shit to talk to us on Instagrams. The Moors and the Moors and the man, come on, man. Damn, that's a very harsh case of cluster B personality. Now you got the black Brits talking about niggas and shit. You gotta worry about the pink sky, man. What the fuck you gotta talk about a nigga for, man? You got pink skies and shit popping off over there, man. We got words, we got nerve to talk about niggas from the Caribbean, man. We got fucking dragons waking up and shit. Thug, what's up? Y'all kind of shit popping up. Worried about niggas and shit. Nobody even worried about us to give us no asylum nowhere. Ain't nobody say, yo, niggas, y'all come get asylum over here. We got the plane ticket and everything. You know, we got gold and shit in our ground. We got the plane ticket. Y'all can even bring your architects with you. We'll supply you the supplies, man. You can build your own city, man. Instead of having Oprah going over there building schools and these motherfuckers doing whatever they talk about doing and shit. It's just all extra shit. It's all extra shit. They marketed it to us in the 80s. The only reason why we thought they was like that in the South, you know what I'm saying, and in South America, they had like 50 Cent kids. We used to, every class had one and shit. They show the TV commercials with people shit touching their ribs and shit. Sad ass shit. They know we had a heart, man. They know we had a heart. People who fought in the wars from our land, get off the phone. Get off the camera, thug. You know? People fought them wars, man. They thought they was doing something good, man. We honestly thought we was doing something good as people, as black brothers. But they segregated us in the wars, man. Like, damn, gee. We already didn't want to kill nobody and shit. That's so sad. This is why a lot of shit going down. This is why a lot of shit going down, man. Make sure I'm covered up. I got my thighs out, so I got a lot of eyes out. Oh yeah, and they got the doves over here too, so that could be attractive. You got people over here that be feeding the thugs with them. They're like, they want to hate, but they can't. You know what I'm saying? They be like, are you charging any money to feed the birds to people? Show the people how to feed the birds. You charging money? No, fuck, we ain't gotta worry about it. They didn't say that though, but it's a difference. Unless they're told to do something. That entitlement issue, I just let them think they could stand there and just stare at you, and I was like, I'm still doing what I do. That shit don't mean nothing to me. I know the cluster B personality, man. Shit, we grew up in the hood, man. Cluster B all over the place. Actually, we got it even crazier, nigga. Just imagine if we unleashed all our power into everybody that came to America, if we was wicked. You know what I'm saying? If we was wicked, let's imagine if we was that way that they told everybody. Y'all wouldn't even have came. You wouldn't even have came, shit. You would have heard so much stories of what niggas was doing to y'all motherfuckers, to the tourists. That niggas ain't never did that. You hear more about that down in like South America and foreign countries and shit. Other places, if you did in our land, ain't even touch it. Actually, we was trying to find a way to get a couple dollars about you by you showing a couple talents that we had. Shit. Like, look at this. We may do 3-card Monty, motherfuckers be mad and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we finagle their asses. But other than that, nigga, we had to get something to eat, man. That's all. We just had to get something to eat. Y'all, they wouldn't understand that we was kind of like, you know, it was it's like, they would never understand. This is a deep spiritual thing that nobody would have never understood. What we went through right under face of them, right underneath the cluster B personality disorder people. And how, you know, there's black faces behind that shit. So it's not like white people are the bad motherfuckers. Shit, they figured out the shit too. They're like, man, goddamn. They helping out too. They're like, man, because they like niggas. They like, nigga, I don't want to be away. These motherfuckers is fun. They know how to fish. They get on the boats. They're in the hills. That's why you think they got all this shit out there in Florida anyways. They seen niggas doing this shit. But then something happened. So that's all. He was always hunting alligators, man. Women were taming alligators. There's a thing on the internet now with a black woman walking in the swamp with an alligator backwards. Like, nigga. Just like this. Like, nigga, the alligator is so tame. Big, look bigger than a crocodile, man. Come on. Shit. This is already doing that in America, man. Being cool with the jaguar. Nigga, if the jaguar was the same size as the tiger, it'd be as... It's the third largest cat. But at the same time, it can do way more things than a tiger can. Tiger is very fierce. Jaguar is very calm. But they're fiercer. Shit. They're like, nigga, hey, what's up? But they small. But they're the strongest. If you hold them pound for pound, them niggas is the strongest shit. And they're very smart. And we were able to walk with them. We was able to walk with them. We didn't have to kill a jaguar. They were dying. They're damn near give themselves up. The leader, the kid, you know, jaguar, man, you can get their fur, you get their shit from that. You don't have to skin them on purpose. That wasn't the rite of passage and shit. We was really one with our animals, man. The bears, everything, G. They kind of faked that in National Geographic, like, that's where they learned it from, is us, man. You know what I'm saying? We actually went around the world looking at all the animals. Learning the Most High in the mortal form. All right, y'all. Learning them in the mortal form, you know what I'm saying? Because in the spirit form, you're going to be going to worlds and shit. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're going to be going to worlds, man. In the spirit form, when you get into that butterfly form, the real form, that forever form, man. You know, our ancestors is in that form right now. And that's what they're afraid of, too. They're like, man, if these niggas get connected to their ancestors, because they always say, niggas ain't got no help. They ain't got no allies. You got your culture, your power. You got the Most High, dude. All you gotta do is tap in. They hate it. I know y'all little butts, man. They know it's love right here. That's why he goofy and laying on the phone, because you know I'm looking at the phone. They smart. They intelligent. They spirits and shit. They're intelligent. And that's the only one that do it, too. I got them named out and everything. They know I'm looking at this. They're like, nigga, you gonna look at me or what? I ain't caging them up. It was one of them daggone solar eclipses, them niggas came up to me and shit. After one of those solar eclipses, one named Greedy. He actually came up. I named him Greedy. But this was years ago. Crows used to follow me and shit. I got videos and shit of that shit on my other video channel. They tapped into. So I'm be going live, man. I really wanted to be, you know, show the creativity, but they shadow banned me a little bit because it's live and direct. It's not like I'm on this shit like, and you gotta know this, and you know this, and I'm just like, shit, man. Showing my experiences, how it connects with the earth. Showing like, yo, man, hey, you gotta get the light to the crown chakra, get your peace back up. It helps you not to covet somebody's shit. You know what I mean? Make you not covet your brother's stuff. You know, you're gonna honor your brother. You're gonna know your brother now. And there's a few Israelites in Africa, but not a lot of them. Because there's false Israelites. There's real Israelites, but there's a false god that was ruling them over there. And Luamon, he infiltrated that sect of us. In our land, it's different. We still feel that all connection. That's why anything that talks about God, we like, yeah, nigga. We roll with it because it's a part of us. When we say God, our God was the all highest. They call him the Geechee, whatever. Hey, it's talking about the all highest, y'all. We didn't even need kings and shit. Mayors is pretty much the highest you can go in the land. But they add all. But when you got wicked people, you gotta add in everything. The Senate, the fucking, oh man, everything, man. Because you got more rules and laws and shit. Because they wicked, man. For the righteous, simple, G. You can down there put 10 fucking commandments down. Yay, man. You good with that. These motherfuckers, you gotta put a big ass Black's Law dictionary and shit. This damn thing. Then you gotta go to court showing your case was proven for something that happened to you at the highest Supreme Court level, wasting time. Then you gotta spend money because they made it fix, but you ain't gonna have no money because they done put you up as collateral anyways. It's House Joint Resolution 192, 1933, nigga. That's who the people. The niggas, man. So hence, you got motherfucker already got your motherfucker. Your shit on your everything on infidelity.com. You can look your shit up right on motherfucking who's managing your goddamn birthday account on Wall Street. See, they cutting the birds to that. You can find out who's managing your birthday account, who your birthday shit, your account on Wall Street, man. You got somebody managing your account. You can look it right up. Man. This is what's going down now. I'm just trying to get that shit back. See, you can say anything you want to. You can file the financial UCC financial codes and all of that stuff. Financial statements. Put on public record everywhere you go who you is. Try to get these motherfuckers to respect you when they already in. Thugs, you're gonna get away from the phone. I know what you're doing. You're gonna jump on the phone. I already know what you're doing. I don't want to talk to my people like that. They been nice and cool to me and shit. I'm like, who do you think you see like that? You know what I'm saying? That's why they did that. You know? I'm not showing them what's going on. Damn, see, I got thrown off a little bit. Y'all better not be getting hijacked by the spirits and shit, man. You know I'm hitting certain points and shit. I was talking about something too, man. See what I'm saying? It's crazy. I have to get back to what I was thinking about. What the hell was you thinking about? What was you just talking about? I knew you were talking about America and shit like that. Us, our land and stuff. Thugs. Okay, hold on. Because I know y'all finna hit the phone, man. I already know what you're finna do. Debo, what's up, man? Hold on. Let me say hi to Debo. I can probably get this start back. Come here, Debo. No. Come here, Debo. No, nigga. Come here, Debo. Man, you better bring your ass on over here, man. They on your ass, nigga. Come on, nigga. I know. Y'all see me talking like this to the birds and shit. Y'all probably like, man, come on, man. Bring your ass on over here, dog. No, not y'all. Come here. It's the normal nigga take something and throw it at me. Like, get your ass away then. I was like, come here, motherfucker. Get your ass over there. Man, come here, man. Okay, forget it then. All right, I'm gonna let them eat it, man. Forget it. Let them ass eat. Now he mad. He want to pace going back and forth and shit. Like, oh hell no, but you can't hear him. But this is what the fuck he doing and shit. Yeah, we're talking about the light body and going to traveling worlds and shit like that. I know I was talking about that shit. Dealing with the all spirit and you know what I'm saying. That's what we was on. We ain't need no wicked shit. Oh yeah, Black's Law Dictionary. I think I was talking about that. So I'm getting the inspiration. They downloading the back into me. You know what I'm saying? The Black's Law Dictionary. You know, dealing with wicked motherfuckers. We still wanted people to come to the land. We didn't even stay in the country. Just don't come down there to the country. They came down to the country and fucked with us in the country and shit. You know? But it's cool. It's cool. Watch out, John. You wipe my damn lips off, man. Just it don't matter how much I move and shit. Them motherfuckers ain't even afraid of that shit. They're like, yeah, whatever. Everybody else, they get the hell away. Me, they're not. Yeah. I'm gonna drink that down. That shit is pretty good. This is regular. It's really water. It ain't got no taste to it. It just feels good to go down because it's hot out here. All right, so yeah, we back into the game, man. I think we get to that level, man, through celibacy, y'all. All in the higher elites, the officials, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's so-called American? Who are the niggas, man? Black Americans. Thugs, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We the fire gonna be even higher, yo. You gonna be even more hot because you ain't gonna take no shit now. You gonna be like, yeah, remember raisins? I'm telling you, you ain't gonna take no shit. You know, especially when you're eating fruits and berries and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You can actually live off of that. They weren't telling us that. False prophets weren't telling us about the fruits and the berries and shit. They was against the fruits. Malachi York was against fruit. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even need that much of it. I'm like, what? Nigga, why is there so much of it then? The birds don't eat all that shit. They eat it when we don't eat the motherfucker. They be like, y'all ain't gonna eat this shit. And then they, see, they're kicking the phone over on purpose because I'm not paying attention to them. That's what it is, man. They have personalities and shit. It's crazy. It's not crazy, but Debo, I'm gonna give you one over there, man. You know, so yeah, man, we go in other worlds and studying animals and just the creation of the Most High. You know, the existence of the Most High, and just get in tune with them. That's what we do. We're doing it in the flesh now too, though. But you know, hey, that's how you get in tune with the All Creator. And we ain't controlling our animals and shit like that. Actually, it's a spiritual school, really. In real life, it's a spiritual school. This is just a certain level. This is another level. Just like the ant is on a certain level with the termites, they're on a level of school. These are spirits in them, so they want to make it. You gotta watch out for certain. You know, in the Waspy, it tells you that it's only the Creator, but it's like it is only the Creator. But at the same time, these are spiritual schools. This is where evolution comes from. It's not the animal, like false prophet Malachi York said, like, oh, niggas evolved from this to this bamboon and to this bamboon or this monkey, and he was saying that shit. We was monkeys and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, man. He was trying to make it seem true. And we ain't got no monkeys inside of our motherfucking world. Shit. Nowhere. Nigga, except little howler monkeys, man. We ain't got no apes on our shit. Not at all. We went to travel the world and we seen there was apes. They were left from past previous cycles. It was they can see spiritual things, but not as high as, you know, humans can. So hence they only gonna get up to like a certain resurrection. But they are so smart, you could teach them how to use technology. These are apes. Hence, these mothers are, and it's sad to say, like, now we're dealing with apes right now. This is really the planet of the apes, nigga. And they're not talking about niggas. They're talking about the motherfucker who came over to fuck with niggas, man. Them the apes, man. It's not like we're not the apes, man. It's like sad, nigga. It's almost sad. I'm gonna say almost sad. This is what it is. It's Planet of the Apes right now. Planet of the Apes is finna get destroyed, man. Real ninjas is getting it. So when the righteous is in power, everybody's happy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's happy. It just messed up that the so-called white people are like the casualty in the middle. They're just in the middle. They're the middleman. They're in between us and our cousins, man. And sent them niggas over here and around the world on our asses. They found the maps and they went to go travel the world. They ain't discovered shit. And so it's kind of like this. You almost can feel sorry for them, shit, because it's only so amount of time they can survive. They're not natural things. So they have to do whatever it takes to keep this shit going, man. Anything we dealing with science on the periodic table, man. And even though we do say this too, though. You gotta be careful too. It's like 90% truth. But it also states too, anything that's natural and that's unnatural that's created or that's made, it's only gonna last for a certain amount of time, a certain amount of seconds and shit. Kind of like how Tron, when Tron comes out the movie and shit, out the computer board, they only got like, I think 20-something minutes or something to live, 26 minutes. Then they evaporate, G. We're like, if this is a big ass clock, this is how much time they have. If the clock is as big as, you know what I'm saying, the roundness of this hat right here, they don't like this hat. If the clock was this big right here, like, their time is this much right here. And we're just getting to that point, right? This is the beginning of the arc cycle, G. We got all this 1,000-year arc cycle and shit to master the spirit. We're gonna be like motherfucking superstar being motherfuckers, man. This is the beginning of it, though. So it's very important for us to get this shit down right now. So you set the tone now, G. Every time it's the beginning of the arc cycle, when the Ethereans, our ancestors come through, it's always some type of big ass wars and shit like that at the beginning of every arc cycle. But this is going to be one that's going to be a forever lasting one where everybody's going to be able to cultivate the Most High in their heart, like how we did in America. Because the heart is made for that. And in the flesh, it's made for that. It's not a pump. It's 7 muscles, and they spiral together. And what they do, I see what you're trying to do. And what they do, they give you the inspiration of the Most High directly. And it sends the blood cells, which is your spirit, it propels it through the body like a vortex. It just pushes it through the spirit. The blood already moves on its own. It moves on its own. That's been proven. The spirit moves the blood, y'all. The spirit is in the blood. That's why it's all about cells. Most High gave us food for the cell therapy. You know, when you eat fruit, the fruit is powerful for the cell. This is what makes you feel, I ain't ate shit today. You know? It's like almost every day is like the Sabbath for me. And every day is like the Ramadan for me. And I think that's what's going to be for us. We have that discipline. They only can do that like once a year. And, you know, or they do the Sabbath, the false Sabbath, you know what I'm saying? They do the false Sabbath on a Saturday. It's not on every Saturday, but they do that once a week. They trying to master their spiritual nature and shit. But shit, it's every day. Well, not good. It's every day, man. Shit. And we eating the fruits and detoxing with the celibacy. And that's the way. Most High like, yo, man, that's the way, the truth, and the light, dude. To get to heaven on earth right now. To get the light to the crown chakra. It's already been proven that you got a light that grows at the bottom of your solar plexus, and it grows up every month. You don't release. You don't have sex or have an orgasm. You just push it up. It gets to the crown. Boom. We lit. We all got to do this stuff. We don't know the ones that can do it, really. They gonna try. Trust you me, man. They have to try. They only can get up to like so far. And then it's like a big looping of things too, man. You have a big looping count. You can do it every 7 months, every 7 days, every 7 minutes, every 7 sections, everything. And as soon as you start, you're gonna get powerful. If you don't release today and you don't release tomorrow, and you used to releasing every day, you're gonna be more powerful in 3 days. That's the beauty of it. I mean, the last time Most High made me release was 11 months ago, though. But that was like when the rest, he did that, though. I didn't do the shit. I don't even play with myself. I don't even mess with myself. That's what you do. You play with yourself. You don't play with yourself, man. You did not do that one. But it was they had to do that one, I guess. Because there's information in that light. So if you having wet dreams, that information in that light that you have of that, which is basically like lusting and shit, thinking about a woman, you know, more than 5 minutes out your day, or thinking about whatever sexual thing and desire, and releasing, you know, that you will have a wet dream, and it will come. You just don't know when. Even if you're trying to do single intentional celibacy, it'll still come when you least expect it. And shit. Especially if you let that portal be open, then you got spirits that's Most High is training your ass. You top notch training level, man. You got the guardian angels around you and shit, but then they'll let a motherfucker see how strong you is if you can battle them in the spirit when you sleep. They see if these motherfuckers can entice you. You know, that's what they want. They realize that's the energy. Because everywhere else, if you get that energy on point, all of us, oh man, we're different. It's gonna be something to be reckoned with, y'all. This is it. That's any of us doing it right now. This is how the information is coming onto the plane. Again, it's guaranteed. It's our spirits. Man, the spirit is so damn powerful. They only need one of us to go over to their land to give our gene, which got our spirit in it, to make a dynasties over there, just from one of us. So just imagine in the spirit, just from one of us starting it off, all of us start doing it. It's not about, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be hella sexual, you're gonna be cool, you're gonna be all right. Your sexuality is gonna be even more magnetized, you're gonna be even more beautiful and shit. And your confidence, all that shit. You appreciate the woman. You appreciate the black woman, definitely, because she's different than everybody in the world. G, you ain't gonna even want nobody else. Even though you're gonna see some beautiful women. I see some of the most beautiful women in the world that some men won't be never to turn down. If they came up to them, some men will never be able to turn that down. Yo, I see what you're doing. Wow. They want to get me that yelling at them and shit. Nah, like this nigga yelling at the bird. Nah, but anyways, though. The black one, the original one, my sister, man. The mama, us, man. Shit, she's beautiful. You can see the difference, man. It's an in-depth thing. Even with certain called Africans, man, there's a difference between us and them. We see in depth. our sisters don't even want an African brother. Like, they got past the look. They want the actual spirit. They want that spirit. And if you're working on your physical, that's cool too. I guarantee you, man. You know now. And this is the next level. Like, this what it takes. You're going to start hearing black women going celibate. You're going to start hearing that. But this is what we're supposed to do. Come here, Swift. That's the sparrow. He would have stayed, but he tried to get him and shit. Right now, the thugs are in thug mode, so ain't nothing. They ain't letting nothing slide right now. Shit. They in thug mode. See, what up, son? Yeah, we in thug mode. Yeah, you know what we do. That's what we do. We stomp the yard, nigga. Them little bitty dragons, little bitty feather dragons. Most I got me playing with them. So we get the big dragons in the game. Next thing you know, the big dragons pop up like, oh shit, pardon me, y'all. I'm trying to fix this because my thing is lopsided right here. I ain't got a stand. Yeah, there we go. Sit like I'm on an old tree stump that they cut down. I used to sit on right here, man. It's like any tree. I gotta watch out where I sit because they'll cut the damn bush down if I sit by it. I'm like, damn, I ain't mean to bring that to you. All right, thuggies. Uh-oh. I gotta get one to the Maya birds. Maya bird, here you go. Oh no, Swift gonna get that. Yeah, so anyways though, basically we're just here to cultivate our character, man. While the most it's hard to do to allow the most how to fight your your battles and shit. Cause you be wanting to be like, man, I gotta take this gun class, these motherfuckers on my ass. You know what I'm saying? But it's like everything lines up. This is a Star Trek type of thing. You know, everything's gonna be established again. When they say place you in front of everybody, we kind of thinking like 2,000 years ago, you're walking around now in your BC 2000 shoes or whatever. No, they know it's like this. Like with TVs and internets and shit. Like everybody's gonna tune in, that type shit. And you're not gonna be touched no more. There's gonna be a separation. It's cool for the segregation. That's all right. You got when David, I think it was David saying this shit, like, yo, most high, fight the battle so I can build on my character and shit. I don't know if it's David or Joseph or one of them, or Joshua, one of them. But it's like, build on the character. I mean, let me beat them down for me while I can build on my character and shit. Because that's pretty much what we're supposed to do. Our culture is our power. But the powers that were came in and kind of try to get us away from building our character. So we worried about surviving and shit. Like, damn, nigga, we trying to eat some food. You don't even want us to grow no food out the ground. Then you want us to cater to you because you got cluster B personality disorder. You feel severe abandonment trauma because we cater to you so much. You think that we're supposed to be like this and shit. Hence, and then you killing motherfuckers and shit. Then we found out you eat motherfuckers too. Like, oh, god damn. It's crazy. We're like, what the fuck did we just let over here, man? So now, most times, like, yeah, nigga, I told you, nigga, you're gonna be crawling back to my ass. Notice that we ain't really going to, false guys like that no more. Notice we ain't got a whole bunch of niggas running to Islam no more. Unless it's the NOI. Nigga. Nah. I'm talking about them, the major devils and shit. Notice we ain't got that. I don't see too much of it. You may see some Christians and shit, but not really. They there still. It's like, man, after that C word shit happened, it's like, man, you really had to test their goddamn. Most time, like, nigga, I gotta test y'all now. Where your faith at with these motherfuckers and shit. Thought y'all had faith. I thought y'all had some faith, man. Meanwhile, Most High's babies breaking down the information and shit, using the enemy as a footstool to get the information out to you. Certain information, motherfuckers in Russia and shit, showing you the pictures of certain niggas and shit. But gotta remember though, them niggas, them is false lands. Russia's car, Hellas, I knew he was finna do it, that's why I had to pick it up. You see me looking at the roof, I know what's up. And Hellas was basically in the land of the Bible, that was like, a false god's kingdom and shit. Hellas, China, for a season, they had a true and they had a false. And they took on false names of true gods and true prophets. That's how they got it, the familiarity. See, I think that's what I do. I'm trying to mess with the roof. You better not be getting hijacked, man. My motherfucker and shit. Piss me off, though. No. Alright, cool. So with us, man, shit, we was already like birthing our children, burying our dead and shit, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't doing that, man. You know, they weren't doing that shit. They were damn near eating their dead, motherfucker. Eating their dead. But according to the book, to this new map they got out, I spoke on this, you know, some years ago, but now I can really talk about it now because everybody kind of knows about it. You know what I'm saying? There's a book that's called World Beyond the Poles, and it comes with a map, and it breaks down all the little civilizations that's around, you know, our world that's been like kind of quarantined off a little bit. And it was kind of give you insight of like what Anunnaki is, you know. Malachi York, false prophet, talked about the Anunnaki, kind of connected everybody to the Elohim Anunnaki, and tried to connect itself to the Ethereans too. But so anyhow though, but he had to tell us that we were Ethereans and shit. But anyhow though, there are other worlds like the Custodian world, and you know, the Nibiru world, and the lands of Mars, the lands of the clones, you know, all these different places and shit. You know, they put little names in there too to kind of entertain you, so don't take things off face value, because that's what the 85% do according to the inner wise lessons. But basically, the majority of the world was taking things off face value. Nowadays, people are not doing that. There's too much receipts going on, and people need to verify it in the flesh to make sure that it's 100 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that people have done the knowledge somewhere, because knowledge brings equality. It's the only thing that's equal to everything. Everything ain't equal to everything. So anyhow, man, so this is a book that talks about all that. So you know, if you know how the worlds work, you know, it's just a big flat plane, like boom. But they're separated like little balls or whatever, little atmospheres. And these little atmospheres is like their little world that they have. It's like how the angels grow and evolve from their world. They have to go through the false gods and shit like that. This is how every world has to go. But some worlds can travel through all the little worlds through their second and first resurrections, depending on which way they have to get into the world. They have to go under the water, because the galaxy is what all the worlds are, but it's separated through different densities of waters. When you see like different stars over there, they're not really like what a star is, but just to give you an idea, those are like worlds and shit. All right, and so they're just separated through different densities of worlds, so they just travel through them things. The only one who can leave from galaxy to galaxy is an Ethereum. That's what niggas are. But these muds on the world, in the galaxy, they can go from world to world and shit, depending on how strong another world is. So the Anunnaki supposedly like fucked up their world and shit, or allowed somebody, like Malachi York said, people came into their world, they let certain people come in their world, and they messed up the atmosphere or whatever. Kind of like what's going on in here, but that's what they said in their world. But according to the book called World Beyond the Poles, it's like, you just look at their world, they got a map of the shit. You're like, that shit look desolate and sad and depressed and shit. And it's not too far from this world, but it's far enough though. You know what I mean? And so they go to other worlds and do little things and drain it of its resources to kind of build their atmosphere back up. Kind of like how false prophet Malachi York said they did on theirs. But false prophet Malachi York said he was using the Copernicus model, because, you know, we know Copernicus model ain't true, so we know that Malachi York is false. All right? So he's still utilizing, you know, space on that aspect. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow though, if you know, these beings, they come in up through the water, they can come in, whatever it takes to get into these worlds, because they're vampires and shit. You know what I mean? They send probes and shit first, certain insects, flies, certain insects that's not real, that ants won't fuck with from a world. Like certain insects from different worlds that are like ants and shit like that, they won't fuck with. They won't even eat their larvae and shit, so you know that's not real. And flies don't get their larvae ate like that. And they designed for you too, because they studied the world. They know who you is. That's why you can't hit them motherfuckers right away. But niggas knew that though. You gotta be clean and make sure them flies don't be around your ass and shit, because anytime you see a fly, it's a spy. Fly equals spy. Spiritual spies coming through. They were able to get their physical, biological weaponry in here through a form of a people. And these people are kind of knowing and understanding that. So they damn near finna turn on the system and shit. And be damn near kamikazes and shit in the spirit for niggas, you know? Because it said they would use them as your so-called enemy as like they will serve you. And it's not in the point of like, we serve you. That's why the Hebrew Israelites now, they got to get that out their head, because that's still part of the cluster B personality. These white folks will naturally like admire you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they, in their gene, you're different. They experienced other niggas before. And they know that you're different from the niggas around the world. They know that every nigga, they went around the world to you. Just you me. They know every kind of nigga in the world. And there's nobody like the American nigga, man. and they know that. They even got videos talking like, man, because they got certain Africans, you know, being proud to be black. We were so proud to be black from Africa type shit too. When they in the spirit game, and but you know, because we was trying to claim that, but they weren't really accepting that. But now that they see that, you know, we're kind of pulling back from their narcissistic ways, they trying to claim that shit too. But none of them ain't invent a lot of things, but they're smart too. But anyhow, though, I got so goddamn far off of that shit. That's that Pisces moon and shit. You know, but white folks, yeah, they know the difference. So as far as like serving and shit, they're like, they naturally want to help. They naturally want to help. See, come on now with that. Yeah. So they naturally want to see, man. You know what I'm saying? They naturally want to help you out in any form of fashion. But the ones who fight against that, they have this fight or flight response against your ass. They want to be next to you so bad, but they don't know how to talk to you, because without worshiping you and shit. Because on that side of the world, they deal with idolized, devaluing, and discarding. They deal with false gods, so you have to like worship things that you can see. And they couldn't understand how we can worship things that we can't see. Look at that. Look at that. See, you won't even move. You know I ain't throw it. That's how smart your ass is. So, anyhow though. So yeah, so now they know. They're like, damn, so they're the reason why they're like, these Africans, they can't build with them too tough. They like, you know, they always argue with the white folks. And we're starting to do it, but it's like, they know that we're so peaceful that we're doing it now. It's like, nigga, it took hundreds of years for us to get this mad, nigga. That means that our ancestors put in the work on that patience, man. It's in our gene. To the point we'll take it out on ourselves before we take it on anybody else. That's for sure. That's for sure. Love is gratitude. Had a big shit out of that. Hell out there, whatever you go. Some people can talk about, oh, that's not one of those plastic things. Notice a lot of people who got money and shit, they can afford all that, all the good natural food. They always be talking shit when they become vegan and shit. It's like, nigga, if I had my own land and all that shit, we wouldn't even fuck with y'all. But we're gonna find that out though, because it's like setting up for us. With that segregation finna pop off, as long as the motherfucker don't step on ours, we cool. Don't come to our shit. Cause we're already find out different spots, man. Don't come to us. Cause we definitely got engineers. We definitely got, you know, plumbers, HVAC technicians. Yeah, man. Yeah, we may not be paying these motherfuckers $50,000 even before we get, you know, so-called reparations, but the thrill of putting this shit together for something, they'll work for that. That's most high energy right there. They'll work for that shit. Trust you me. Yeah, light body facilities, you know what I'm saying, working out, you know what I'm saying? Nobody got time to be sitting back thinking about sex, watching porn and shit like that. Motherfuckers try to keep us distracted and shit, and not letting us get connected with our kundalinis, with our dragons, with our family and shit. I don't know if you that dude with the roof like that, man. I mean, niggas bunch of cars, like, man, this nigga just sitting there like that. But you know, and realizing who he is, give him back that 666. We don't care about that whole little flimsy food. If you look what the carbon-based food is, it's cheese. So that's cheese, and I mean eggs is, you can eat eggs, I guess, you know what I'm saying, but it's in eggs too, you know, meats, dairies, all that shit, you know, that's mucus forming. So even Dr. Sebi, even though he's about that money and shit, he'll tell you that, you know, even though he says that the mucus is what causes the sickness, it's really not. The mucus is what your natural body is going to produce anyways. It's a lymphatic fluid. The key is to keep the lymphatic fluid moving, because they got all those little bacteria and badass parasites in you. It's your immune system and shit. It's basically keeping your kidneys filtering at a high esteem level to keep you in tune spiritually and shit. Motherfuckers ain't even dewormed in a long ass time. You know, they still under the influence of a parasitic entity and shit, telling them who and what to do. All right, they let me know this mug coming through. That's how they swear. They're like, I see this motherfucker. See, look, see him, man? They be on it, nigga. But yeah, and things are changing, man. And And with that, with your, with your Kundalini, man, it just actually connects you shit to you with everything. Women be drawn to you too. A lot of them. You ain't gotta have babies with them and shit. So that's cool. You ain't gotta have babies with the women that like you and shit. You ain't even gotta mate with them. You know what I mean? You can actually chill with them, and they'll actually be drawn up to you so much because you ain't try to do nothing with them. You're not like what people say. You know, when they start seeing us in that noble state again, that high up state, we still thuggish, rugged shit. You know what I'm saying? Still drive the nice whips. That's us. We make cars and shit. You know what I mean? They just took us out of that shit. But shout out to Nature Drive who made a goddamn on gasoline and shit out of plastic. I keep giving them shouts because we're gonna all link up sooner or later. We're gonna be making shit on our own land any goddamn way, as long as they don't mess with us. I think that's gonna be made for us because now, back then it was trying to, interfere with us with our creativity. Did y'all know a nigga made up Nintendo? Everybody loved Nintendo. Damn, you know what I'm saying? Nintendo was funner than all of them. They gave them the idea, then they ran with it. Even the cell phone. We could have really evolved everything and shit, but once they get it from us, they evolve it. They just do what they do with it. You know what I'm saying? Even if we showed them like, yo, we need to be wearing cotton, linen, all these different things, nettle leaf. Things are highly electrical. I be wearing certain things at times and shit, but I be damn near butt ass nigga out here in the sun too. I be trying my best though. Once I get to a certain spot, I'm definitely gonna have nothing but cotton. But cotton, you can feel the difference too. Cotton keep you electric. It kills bacteria in your body. Keep your skin smooth as a motherfucker. I wear cotton shirts for sure, and the undies because they can mess you up. They can mess your underarms up and everything once you get off of that and wear like polyester and shit. That shit fuck you up. You'll understand later. It messes with your pH balance. Your pH is dealing with the, you know what the pH is and shit. They always want you in the acidic point. They want you acidic, damn near close to death. So yeah, man, so cotton socks, all that, man. That keeps all the bacteria off your shit. Keep your feet nice and smooth. Killing bacteria. You gotta change the socks though, because once the bacteria start, I know what happens when you have dirty ass socks. But that's all spiritual shit, you know what I mean? They don't know too much. I see motherfuckers wiping their chest, wiping their head with their shirt like this and shit. From the bottom down there. I know I'm touching myself, but that's what they do. I'm like, damn, nigga, I know that shirt dirty as a motherfucker. Like that. But anyways, alright, so I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and wrap it up, man. But, false prophets didn't really build too much on pH balances and shit like that, man. And how to deliver a baby, shit. Still was in their daggone shit. So how the hell? Tell me this. Why in the hell was niggas in the NOIs delivering their babies at a hospice? Still. And y'all got all them damn nurses and shit. See, one was supposed to come help with my son with me, but she didn't even show up. It didn't even matter. I think it was Keith Ellison in Minneapolis, them type his peoples and shit. He's under some fraud investigation now, so it was cool. Man, fuck with him and shit. But yeah, it's but I had babies and I had the babies I had my seed at home and I showed the rest of the brothers, you know what I'm saying, they had their seeds at home. They started having their babies at home. And it gave them that hope, like, damn, I can have a baby at home. Like, yeah. They're like, damn, the God ruler, that's how they know me and shit. Ruler, my righteous name is Merciful Ruler. So they're like, oh yeah, the God ruler had his baby at home and shit. they mad at that shit. It was mad. You know what I'm saying? Loving people and shit. Yeah, man. So no false prophet. Malachi York could have had it with all the girls there. You could have had them learning that shit. Birthing, man. That's the most. You're supposed to know that. how to think, with the dilation and all that, all this stuff, sticking your fan in there to make sure that the umbilical cord's not around the neck. Boom, turn the shoulders. Got the baby now, nigga. We ain't having the baby when she laying on her back and shit. The magnetism on the ground is gonna pull the baby down. So you want to have it when she's squatting, or if she's from the back. I deliver my baby from the back. I just had the midwife right there. She was like, all right. She was like, you don't catch him. I'm like, that's right, man. You catch him. Boom, boom, boom. Pulled my baby out. Boom. My baby mom was in hit from the back position and shit. She got big old ass and shit. You know what I'm saying? We all sitting there with our ass on our face and holding the baby up. She's like, where is he? I'm like, oh, she was strong. I was holding my baby. I'm like, oh, it's a girl and shit, man. my mom came there. She was like, damn. Like my mom wasn't even a proud mama on me and shit, but I did, because I did things that they didn't do and shit. But I like that generational curse breaker, you can say. But yeah, that was something else. I was gonna say something different about that after that story. Had one of my bros. Somehow, man, that's another story. I didn't get too deep. But anyhow, though, yeah, man, we be doing that, man. Shit, we have all that into the land and shit. You know what I mean? Because we made the world convenient for people. Like, we invented convenience. And a lot of people who ain't went through enough hell, they don't understand what it takes, what you had to go through to make this convenience. Because nigga had to get tired being hot after a while. Like, I kind of want to make some, I put ice in, I want to make air conditioning. Niggas supposedly made air conditioning, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to say it like that, but, you know, we had the whole civilization. The air conditioning was over there a long time ago, man. Heating and shit in the buildings, we had all that shit, man. They just had to say that niggas made that up so we can get some money for the patents for the family or something, man. Niggas already made, that shit was already there, man. We had streets already. But it was a great reset on the land. Hence the world fairs and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they was able to plant their people onto the land. People who was never there before. It's documented. So I don't think I'm making this shit up. I'm not even making it up, man. All I know is that, yeah, man, we fought wars. We don't have to do that no more. They just pull back. They can't even make enough of them anymore. They're trying to make enough on the outside of the, you know, the little ice wall they got going on. Their little 4 inches. They can't even get out. They got little laboratories over there. They still incubating motherfuckers. Ain't stopped. We ain't stopped because we ain't go find them motherfuckers. That's why they ain't stopped. They ain't stopped. They bring them in the world every day, man. But it's about to be a wrap. It's about to be a wrap. A little fun and games is over, B. Cause they bored. What else you gonna do on this world? You know what I'm saying? Where you gonna go? You bored. Bored as a motherfucker, G. Cause you can't go up. Cause you ain't put in the work. You gonna go to another world? You quarantined. You can't get the fuck out of here. You ain't leaving this motherfucker. All the ones that's nervous, we don't give a fuck about going into icy cold ass waters and shit. Niggas don't care about that. Niggas ain't even thinking about going in no ice cold water and shit. Somebody said go to the North Pole and make it up there to the top of the world, to, you know, Hyperberry and shit like that. Like, them niggas know we down here, motherfucker. We ain't gotta go up there and do none of that shit. Just make a blood oath. Motherfuckers were trying to get you to do the blood oath on the, what you call it, all this shit on the paper, and oh man, like, you don't need none of that shit. Half of you'll die on the way. You ain't gotta go nowhere, nigga. All you gotta do is master the fucking spirit, G. Get your spirit down right. Hey, Most High gonna handle everything else. Cause you ain't got the technology, nigga. You ain't got no goddamn technology to do shit. I don't care what no nigga say. You ain't got nothing, man. But the Most High. Your culture. That's your only power, big dog. Can you please get off of that? That's your only power, my ninja. You ain't got nothing else. You only got each other, man. And yeah, I don't like when people say, oh, I can't speak for all black people. Nah, niggas can speak for all black people. We in this shit together, motherfucker. We're not talking all that no more. We know Cluster B personality is real from the rest of the world, shit. And on us, it was gaslighting on us, and we know part of civilization too. And it's the way to our light, to the crown chakra, mastering that cluster B. That's the reason why I say cluster B, because it's in ICD-9, ICD-10. That's the reason. So ICD-9, ICD-10, medical terminology. Actually pinpoint now. They're like, oh, that's what they got. Oh, this is why people are broke. Oh, this is why people have severe abandonment trauma. This is why people are getting nervous and shit if they say niggas ain't gonna mess with them no more, you know? That's why they get nervous when they say, "Oh, niggas niggas ain't fighting for their attention." Hey, nah, man, you ain't got that Stockholm syndrome, man. I think we went through it. Remember, we're not psychotic. We was that for a season, but not like forever, nigga. The universe won't even let that happen. The way that the cosmos, astrology and shit, the energies that happen won't let us be asleep that goddamn long. If they could, they would have mastered us for forever, man. For forever. But there was some niggas that taught them how to do something. So these niggas can get a piece of our land and shit, come over. Because them niggas were scared. Their ancestors were scared to cross the water. Them spirits have still got fear too. Just because they transition don't mean that they flying from to and fro. They don't even know the modes of travel in the spirit realm, which is a flux realm in the atmosphere, that's right before you get to Etheria. So you spend a nice season in there. And then you graduate and then boom, it's like Star Trek. Go to the Starfleet and shit. Now you out in the galaxy and shit. Now you helping all kind of shit. You're gods at that point, like hella gods. You're graduated to be like real gods. Like right now we're like little baby gods and shit. Like, you know. But at that time, when you off the world, you done already did about 1,000 years on the world, 400 years on the world. I meant, meaning from birth to spirit to graduating off of it, and you got a high grade. You leave, you explore, you go to other world, you come back. Check on your world. That's why they like these niggas is gonna come back because they graduated off of the earth plane. All the prophets did. Shit. Their light will be cast back down to us like a beam of a computer chip, like a hologram, you know? But it's the organic hologram from the Most High. Organic light. Organic light. Hence, you'll be able to see your spirit, your ancestors again, your ones who are in spirit form. All of that. We've seen all of that. We didn't have no fear of death. There was no fear of death. We knew our spirits. We knew our ancestors and shit. You seen them niggas that was getting hanged and shit? It's sad to say it though. But them niggas didn't have fear. That's how much faith they had in the Creator. This is how much faith we had in the Creator, shit. Or them all spirit. Nowadays they got our kundalini kind of low a little bit, so you know we're down in the fear part. You know, niggas run and shit. You know what I'm saying? Most I said that the wicked run when no one's chasing them. You see these motherfuckers out here jogging all day and shit. No, it's bad. You know how motherfuckers just run and nobody's chasing you. Like, you know why you get spooked like that for? Thought you was doing something wrong and shit. Because you feel like you was wrong in a way. It's all math and shit, you know. They don't want us by ourselves so we can heal like this a little bit. As a whole, though, you know. Talk about things. We'll be so open. That's why we have to, the delineation, the true American, will have to be together. That's when we can talk about our history and really what happened. Because we got books that was written, man, in slavery time that niggas had to go through. Nobody don't know about that. But now we can talk about our experiences together on lands, cultivating our land. That's where the gift is at. It's more than just like money, because we're extra middleman out. Now we can communicate with other countries, you know, to do things. And now we have a demographics. Now people will accept our culture, but it's like, it won't be syringe style no more. We'll actually be able to profit off of our culture at this point. Because our culture, you will have to live to your highest light at this point. It's a separation at this time. Y'all full. I already know, I can feel it now. Yep, so I'm gonna let y'all chill. I'm gonna throw this to the homies. Let me know if y'all find it. Y'all don't know it. Yeah, so that's what we on. This is what the future's gonna really partake on there. You know, false prophets, they could have came and got to the babies, but they didn't. So it took a brother from the South who came and got to the babies and called the 5%ers, you know. And not included with the 5%ers of like what they call the NOI. But just a 5% that we can just relate to us around the world. The gods and earths is all relating to everyone around the world. It's not relating to like, oh, just a specific people. It's like, yo, we poor righteous teachers to all the human families of the planet Earth, because everybody's looking up to us, even in our poverty. Even like you was poor black man, even to the poor black man, the world looking up. To a poor black man, you got billionaires looking up. You got millionaires looking up, thousandaires looking up to him. He did something different. Once I started making money and I pulled back from making, I realized you can make money. Then it was something different. Same thing with vegetarianism. You eat that for a while, and it's like, it's not that you got to go back and eat meat, but you know you got to go to a higher spiritual plane. Celibacy, in celibacy. Because now if you're just like vegan and you're eating, you got your girl's most likely highly sexual if she's one of those like spiritual women and shit at that time. But now we see spirit in a whole different sense now. It's totally different now. It's like, yeah, it's not how sexual you are to be accepted. That's cluster B personality. You know, having sex on the first night and shit. Because you fear abandonment. And you got so used to it, you feel that that's a way that you can know a person. You know? It's through their sexual nature. Pardon me, But as you grow with this, man, you're gonna realize that it takes all of the being another person. You ain't gonna want to accept just the flesh. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna want to accept this flesh. Even though the flesh is cool, like, man, bitch, I want to snip your feet, kiss your booty cheeks, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, it's like, that's what I want to do to you? We're not gonna last. We're not gonna last. I already know. So it's like, why would I even entertain that at that point? You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of girls out that, you know, that's like that alleged, you know what I mean? Some of them fear abandonment, but they'll go to another dude because they feel that, you know, since in this day and age, they feel if you have sex with them now, or if you're dealing with them now, they feel so low as far as like, they don't feel as valuable as they look on the outside. It's like a mask and shit. So once you like validating, even though they be thick as hell and all that shit, they kind of devalue you after a while. Remember, we're dealing with idolize and devalue discard. So a lot of this information that we get from like red pill and players and pimps or whatever, fake pimps online and shit like that, they're really showing you how to, you want something out the nail? I got something in the nail right there. You know what I'm saying? They're like, they're just basically showing you how to match to a narcissistic woman, or a woman who's basically hypersexual, or a woman who is a histrionic woman, who's like a voluptuous, thick woman who just accustomed to a lot of attention. You know, and they're just showing you how to work to that, how to accustom to that type of broad, instead of like using what you're supposed to do to attract a woman to you naturally. You know what I'm saying? Which is bettering yourself, discipline yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, in order to deal with a woman, you're under the illusion that, you know, like, I gotta release one and I can be calm to talk to her and shit like that. That's not even how it really works and shit. Because you'll be back to raising yourself up to the higher, trying to raise yourself up to the belly again. Kind of let that out. I'm running with it right now, but yeah, so that's really what it is, you know, as far as like, let's see where we at. I was in the game with it a little bit, but it just takes a little bit of discipline and detoxing daily. It's our regular diet is going to be fruits and stuff that keeps the lymphatic system moving constantly, so you won't have to worry about, you know, it getting clogged up and causing tumors and shit. You're gonna hear a lot of more people talking about this because they tune in. It's the lane. We got the lane, but they can come over here and get some knowledge and shit, but they got to do it too. We got to see them do it. I know if you're doing it. I know if you're celibate. I know if you're eating mainly fruit. I know if you can cook foods. You know what I'm saying? I know that you can just see the chemistry in the person. Your spiritual eye will develop even more. You know what I'm saying? You won't even tolerate no lies at all at that point, because you're the truth at that stage. You know, you get the jewels back. Diamonds work now. The diamonds will start working. The rubies will start working and shit. You know, all the metals will start working. You know, till then they gonna give you fake stuff any damn way. Who's giving you the fake? Where do people get their jewelry from anyway? I'm like, how y'all get all this damn jewelry and shit? That shit ain't real. It can't be. Yeah. How you activate it? You know what I'm saying? It gotta be through the spirit. Ain't no other way. Ain't no other way. But I gotta let this one. Yeah, it's a serious It's a serious thing. When you get to a certain age, you definitely got to control that kundalini. It's your responsibility now. It can go any direction. You start separating the energy from the flesh. Somebody has feminine energy, but they're masculine. Or somebody has masculine energy, but they're feminine. I know it's like hard to explain that. Like when a woman is like cultivating her masculine energy, she's not having, if she's cultivating it, she's not gonna have sex and shit. She's kind of like a butchy looking girl, very good, what you call it. She's not giving it away. She's mean. She's mean. She's actually cultivating her own self. A man, he becomes a little bit more creative. He becomes a little bit more disciplined. He's not being a beta and trying to give to all the women that he can possibly give to, like complimenting them all the time and shit, giving his energy to them. Like that's kind of weak in a way, because your woman don't even want a man that's like, damn, you gonna give her a compliment too? She don't even like none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but she's cultivating her masculine self, her masculine side, so she can be able to, handle a man in his divine feminine sense, because he's gonna attract a lot of women. Like he attracts a lot of women like her. Like shit, she'll know. Like damn, because he's disciplined. And once you see that, she ain't gonna let go. That's how you attract a woman. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about paying for shit. All that shit. Women got money, man. Sometimes women want to pay for your ass. She want to spoil you. I know. I'm not even gonna go there, but I'm just letting you know. That's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a point that feels some type of power in that too. Some women are narcissistic like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool. Just be who you are to her at that time and shit. But you'll realize if you celibate, a woman always gonna want to tap. They always gonna want you to tap. I gotta make sure that motherfucker go, man. Face. Women always want you to tap, though. Once you say that, they're like, don't even want to deal with you, so don't even say it. Just go about it. Then they'll probably be like, yeah, something wrong with him, he ain't tap. But you probably be rubbing on it. You ain't got to, you can rub on it and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But be careful, because you're gonna get the leaking. And that's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Your prostate gland, I'm going back on that, because this is where cancer comes in at, man, because people over-ejaculate. You over-ejaculate and playing with yourself so much, that prostate gland gets used so much, your PC muscle is overused, it's flimsy. You can't even stop urinating when you go try to take a piss and shit now. You try to take a piss, you probably can't even start the piss at the first time. It's like, damn, it can't come out. Or if it's doing it, won't stop, type of shit. So if you do Kegels every day, the thing is Kegels, it gets your PC muscle, which controls the erections. A lot of women's online right now talking about, my boyfriend wasn't getting hard until I gave him this. She worried about his dick getting hard and shit. Goddamn. But anyways, this is how you do it. He's supposed to do so-called Kegels like the woman. Hers is, I keep doing this little thing, because with hers, it gets her tighter. With him, it gets him harder. You know what I'm saying? He sit there like, boom, baby, what's up? You want some? Boom, knocking over shit. You know what I mean? All right, John, come on. And so, that's what you do. You do 100 to 500 Kegels. You get up to 500 Kegels. If you're really spiritual, you want to get up to about 500 Kegels so nothing won't leak out. If you were like a guru type of mug, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing won't leak. Like it's that strong. If they attack you in your dreams or whatever in the fuck, it's just not going. They can even let water pour in your dream like it's you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It won't even be I had one so-called mug try to get me in my dream. They thought it was so cold. They thought they turned the water on. The faucet thought I was gonna go willingly let my shit go, and they turned their back. I was like, I had to fake like it was about to happen in my dream though, because I knew what was going on. And she was like, I got him. It's like, yeah, I got him. She was so happy and confident. I was like, I woke up on purpose, like just like that. I knew already. And that's another part too, man. Because if that ain't right, G, I guarantee you they get you in your sleep. Because you're in your first resurrection in your sleep. You're not all the way up at the second resurrections and shit. Second and third resurrection. They even took over second resurrection. So you're not all the way up at third resurrection yet. To get up there, you gotta fast every month. By the time you get to about the fourth, fifth chakra, you know what I'm saying, the attacks come harder. You're getting up fifth chakra up in there, like boom, 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 all that sixth, seventh and shit. You don't get under attack, because they don't want you to reach the top. Then you get a nice rest after you get out of the body and shit. The whole goal is to get out of the body. You're in your body, that's how they can get you when you sleep. Even though you're talking about you have out of body experiences and shit like that, you really don't. You dream right when you doze off. If they put you in that doze off mode right then, they already give you sleep paralysis right then, or they get you right before you wake up in the morning, like somewhere around 5 o'clock or something. So this is why it's important, you know what I'm saying, to actually do these exercises. Your Kundalini is your most important shit to protect. Peace, God. Peace, God. Bishop Mob D. Steezy. So we had that. Peace to the bishop. Bishop's in the game. So yeah, you know, that's the part right there. So, you know, a lot of you notice a lot of church members are highly sexual too. You know what I mean? Like the women too, they're very sexual people. You know, they know that themselves, so they know they have to work on something. But this is one of the main things, because it's hard to work on your women to work on their sexual nature if you're getting these parasitic foods that's kind of like, you know, telling you like, you know, go get some of this type shit. You know what I'm saying? These parasitic foods, these are the entities. They are able to communicate through these microscopic entities that you can't even see with a physical eye. You know, and so it entices you. They don't tell, the false prophets never told us that shit. They don't want to tell you that too much, that you got little parasitic bacteria, you know what I'm saying, that's actually communicating to you. You see them in your dreams. Little hideous creatures and shit, you see them in the dreams. And they exist on the resurrections upon transition. So Most High is really trying to get you to get up and get a high grade to get up to about, you know, the second resurrection. Because, you know, the resurrections are now getting taken over by the Most High. So all you see now is the little remnants of the false gods that's been ruling, like the 4 false gods that's going on right now. And the ones that's like trying to run around the world, establishing their religion and shit, that's just coming to a halt a little bit. They can only like entice you a little bit. Because those false gods are already caught and put into their little jail hells. And what they're supposed to do is get everybody back into tune, like, yo, that motherfucker know they wrong. Because they already been smothered by their followers and shit, who lived in their heavens for hundreds of years, even thousands of shit, who already know, like, man, you're not the real God, nigga. You know what I mean? You're not the real one, because he's over there sitting in this castle somewhere. You're just like, you're doing mortal things and shit. You acting like mortals. You need mortals. You got cluster B personalities. You need motherfucking validations from mortals. Oh, y'all bit through the bag, man. You little slick ass little jumpers. So yeah, that's what they need. We need the Most High. That's it. We don't need mortals. Like, this is to get you to not want to control other people, and to get you to see that how a false god acts. It's the same way you see it with the music industries and stuff. You know, we got an example with the so-called Diddy situations with, you know, with Biggie or whatever. You know, false god type shit, promising you I'm gonna get you this, that, and the third, then off the motherfucker, damn it, supposedly. You know, it's stuff like that. Promises, I'm gonna give you the heavenly kingdom. That war happened in heaven with Jabril and Luamon, the makers of Christianity and fucking Islam. But Christianity came from another form of that type of religion prior to that. Anyway, so they just added on. Luamon just added on. That's all. So their followers turning in on them now. That's what's happening in the heavens. So it's giving you news from the heaven. The followers is turning in on them. Anarchy's going down. In certain heavens in the land, and very key heavens in the mainland for sure. It's prophetic, G. We're talking about prophecy and shit. Most likely gonna give us all gonna open up the talents of all of us being able to prophesize, whether it's through the astrology or, you know, the great X in the sky, or just you having intuitive knowledge, which is a higher form of knowledge. It's faith. Oh yeah, that's where we at, baby. So yeah, we're gonna see it. It's going down. All we gotta do is get ready to sit back, run with the horse. This year, the fire horse, and then bring in the goat. You know, they know what's up, man. It's the 250th year of America being here. So there's just false gods around doing what they do. And it's really supposed to be the way it's supposed to be, but false gods came to infiltrate. That's really what happened. And that's what's getting kicked out. There's false gods, peoples, and all them little spirits and shit that's getting people. All those spirits is getting took away with them. First they gotta clean up the spirits in the heaven first. Because it's crazy. It's going crazy up there right now. Dude. Motherfuckers realizing their false god is not real. It's like, man, this is what's going on in the heavens. We got heavens over all the lands, and there's supreme, and there's heavens in different layers. of the atmosphere of the Earth. Atmosphere ain't no 3,600 feet in the sky and shit. You know what I'm saying? No, only the planes can go up to 3,600 feet, not miles. Man. That's only from here to wherever you're at sitting. That's from wherever you're at sitting to walking down to the 2 blocks down the street or something. I don't know how far that is. That's not too far, G. But a mile is 5,000 feet, so 5,800 feet, something like that. So 36,000. So that's probably a few miles and shit. I'm gonna say it like that. It's a few miles, not that far, G, in the sky. But yet the heavens of the earth go higher than that, thousands of miles. So there's thousands of worlds, thousands of spheres in those heavens. There's spheres. They're not worlds like, you know, how they show what Earth is looking like and shit. There's spheres, so everything's on the inside, pretty much. Ain't no life on the outside. Let's sum that up real quick. Right, and a lot of people can't even penetrate. A lot of spirits and a lot of beings or angels, what we want to call them, they can't even penetrate the spirits. Only by permission. So you gotta let them in. Some of them can get in without permission. I got y'all. Here y'all go. Some try to, you know, bogart their way in. Some try to charm their way in. You know, custody personality department. Charm their way in. Oh damn! Not everybody left. The spirit must came through. They try to charm their way in, idolize you and shit. You know, that's why most I want us be careful when people try to idolize you. Spirits try to idolize you and stuff. You know, because you know they're placing you on a pedestal. It's like glory to the Most High. Because they try to hurry up and get you off that so you can be, you know, doing things in their world and being praised and being wanting to be praised by man or them type. That's it. That's it. On that note. All right, y'all. I'm gonna throw this over here. Hey, man, you gotta get the hell out of here. I don't know what you is, but I didn't kill you though, because you was cool. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is, y'all. Refinement, the diets. You know, we're unified when our hearts tell us to. We don't have to really pick up a weapon, really, too tough. Actually, that lowers our vibration. Helps make us mad. Come here, baby. How you doing? It's all good. It's the sparrow. See ya. Coming up around me and shit. They sense the spirits before I do. They see them actually. I feel them and they see them. The most I always use is all his prophets with Sargis. All his prophets could see spirits. Every last one of them. That's why he picked them and shit. And in our culture, there's a lot of niggas that spirits. You can see spirits, see and hear spirits and shit. All that shit. That's normal for us. For other cultures that weren't, they became, you know, possessed and things of that nature, and they only do like witchcraft. You know, in Africa, a lot of witchcraft and shit like that goes on. Possession happens a lot because they playing with them spirits that have been living over there for thousands of years. Some of them, a whole bunch of them was aborted at birth or became miscarriages and shit, and they don't know shit about a physical reality. That's why they don't care about death. A lot of those are false gods. They never had a physical life. So Most High gives them as a punishment damn near to be born on certain worlds at the beginning of a world so they can experience immortal life because they don't know it. And when they repented in the flesh or in the spirit, after they didn't realize they've been doing some dumb shit because some Ethereans done came through and kind of told them like, nigga, yeah, you've been living here for 1,000 years. You don't even know what immortal is. You inspiring these motherfuckers to have all this sex and shit like that. You know, they like, yeah, they want to change every 1,000 years and shit. So Most High, if they graduate and get high enough, they can still continue on their spiritual development. They get off the earth plane. They in Etheria. They haven't lived a physical life. They don't understand mortality. Most High give them the grace of living a mortal life and having a lineage and shit, so they can further understand mortality and why you shouldn't fucking entice the mortals to do certain things and make them kill each other and shit like that. Supposed to take care of the mortals and shit from other motherfuckers coming through that want to do all that shit. But Most High's already warned all the true gods of this, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have your little lords go down, your lords and your lords God go down to the earth, and they gonna wanna fuck with niggas and shit. Or, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with the people on the earth, you know, for a season. But it won't last as long. It won't last too long. So that's happening to all the worlds. Yeah, anyhow though. Yeah. Damn, I forgot. Oh, 1 second. My bad for yawning, y'all. I ain't mean to do that. The sun done went away and shit. Well, it ain't went away. They sent the dang on cloud, but it's all right though. We're gonna bring it back. Thugs, thanks for keeping me company, thugs. Thanks for y'all being in there, man. The thing is this, I'm gonna get ready to jump up. But the thing is though, this is what it's about, really. You know, they already got, you know, hells, or they call hadas, there in heavens. We have the top heaven for our world. That, you know, if you can get a high grade on earth, of course you can bypass. Most High wants you to bypass the first resurrection. Remember, it's freedom. Your culture is your power, so you're free to do all the shit, even demons and shit. You know what I'm saying? They free to do shit. You know what I mean? But Most High then gave you a point. If your faith is up, and the only way you can get it up is through your celibacy, man, because your kundalini, you're not wasting your energy. You know, you have a little bit more faith. You know, that's one of the ways of growing it. You know, because you'll be put in certain situations to actually grow your faith. Most High will put you in a situation to grow your faith. That's what we all go through. Black people going through it now. Shit. Faith is our power. It's a part of us, man. It's organic. It's an organic light. Oh, they pay attention. They know something's coming. They see something before I see it. They see it. They see it. Yeah. So anyhow, though, that's how we raise it up. We're gonna raise our faith. That's how we raise our faith up. Most likely gonna call us to the land, but we gotta be celibate, dude. You know the way, man. I'm telling you right now. Celibate, eating fruit, detoxing, you know, lining up with the moon. It's not too much. It's not too much. Lining up with the moon in the special days. All these things to bring in your mate if you want to mate. If not, then you know, if you don't want to mate, you don't have to have a mate. Shit. If I ain't got a mate, I probably ain't gonna have self-equality again. If I don't get a mate, I don't even give a damn. Shit. I'm telling you right now, I know I ain't missing shit. But if I have it with my one, oh, she gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. But other than that, I ain't really worried about it. But we're gonna definitely talk about how to make her, you know, all this stuff like that. So you can talk about all these things, man. All right, damn, y'all. Something else. I'm gonna try to give me some herb now. My bad for talking like that. It's like, yo, give me some herb now. Shit. It's a flower. They call it Pakalolo out here. So we was already out here. They call it Pakalolo. Yeah, not marijuana, call it Pakalolo. I already had a word for it. So that means niggas was already smoking weed out here, man. So they can't say they come out here, they ain't bring shit. But they asses. That's it. You ain't bringing shit but your regular ass. That's it. Shit was already, he brought some other dumbass shit. You could tell because they didn't cultivate shit right out here. You're like, out of all things, you brought that, huh? I'd be like, y'all, we know what's going on. But there's a heaven over here too, which is, you know, got the mountains there, so you know niggas was there. They won't let us know that. Niggas. Alright, let me go ahead and get ready to jump up on. I was feeling within the shit. Nurturing, yeah, nurturing. That's what it is. Nurturing and shit. It's actually love. It's actually love and shit. Like I actually love, you know, putting love into them. And people sit around. They know I'm gonna sit right here, so they know, hey, they be sad and depressed, but they, you know, they sit there. They know I'm part of be here, and they feel cool. I used to eat my fruit in front of them, but I stopped doing that though. I'm fasting today more so now, shit, even more. Yep, so ain't no religion running now, man. Ain't too much religion's popping off right now. We got the true body of Christ popping off, man. We're gonna do our thing. Now let everybody make their little role and do what it do, and you know what I'm saying? As long as we ain't getting the time we straight, don't stay out the way. Don't be running in the street with these moles. Stay out the way, G. That's it. Stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? Get strong. Uh-oh, this motherfucker this way over here. I can just feel him. You just kind of feel this one. Let me see. Think he's coming? I don't know. Let me show y'all what I'm looking at though. Boom. They messed that up, but the sun is right there, right? But the cloud is right there though. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Thuggy dove. All right, guys. Sunflower field's running right now. Hold on. You gotta get the mucus out. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. So the mucus is where all the little shits is at. So that gets into all the little mucus, your lymphatic fluid. Boom. It's your sewer system that brushes it and gets you sweat it out, or you that out, or you piss it out. And to know that if you're pissing it out now, you're gonna see. I got you. You're gonna see mucus in your urine. You want to make sure that's just popping off. You know, that's how they attack your kidneys, man, and make sure your shit is like messed up. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man, because they already spraying. Well, they ain't spraying too much stuff over us now, but they is still using those damn antennas to kind of trigger that shit to start. And so, you know, you got to sweat to get that up off you. You just got to get the sweat. You got to get the sweat quick, all the time. That's how you get your kidneys running, working. Jumping up and down, you got to do jumping jacks or jump rope. You know, they coming out with a device where they say that they can shake the tumor out you or whatever. It's like, and you shake the tumor or whatever, and the tumor, you know, and it crushes up, and then, you know, of course it starts to leave the body through your urine and feces or whatever like that. But basically, that's just a way of mimicking, because it's using rhythms. Of mimicking your jump rope or your jumping jacks, because you got a rhythm when you're doing jump rope or jumping jacks. When you jump rope, you really forget, because your mind is actually tuned into doing something fun at the same time. Like, and then you listen to the whoa, 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 whoa. Like, oh yeah, they gonna do a good job. You know what I'm saying? You done sweated everything and shit. You getting all ripped in the motherfucker. Everybody jumping up and down like this. Calves getting all swollen and shit. Jump rope. That moves the lymphatic system quick. You'll lose everything and get off your ass off that shit. Get the candida out you. The candida is like that little layer of fat that just be sitting around on your ass. Man, you jump rope, that should leave quickly. You start sweating, fat gets to burning. Get to using it as fuel at that point. You ain't gotta worry about taking all the herbs and shit. Like, you ain't gotta worry about, I gotta take the moringa and then the body is so fucking so sharp, G. See that nigga flinch? See him made him flinch? You see him go. Hey, but yeah, you ain't gotta do all that no more, man. All you gotta do is just get that shit to moving, man. That's it. Get it to moving. Get it to moving. I can see you right there. You know, you wanna take the big one? See you later, man. Done. Y'all ain't see that. Let me show y'all this. This is what niggas say, man, they ain't gonna throw something on y'all and them birds gonna attack y'all. That's why they gonna come by me and shit. Watch what they do. I got them right here. I'm gonna show y'all these niggas. There they go. Boom. Okay, see how they all up? This nigga right here in my... What up, nigga? Okay, cool. Watch, okay. He's like the leader. They like, boom, boom, boom. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna throw a big piece. They know what's up. That nigga gone. He got the piece. Somebody else must have came. Some other spirit must have came out. But yeah, that's how they is. They like, man, they call me, oh God body, man. You gonna get them birds on y'all. I'm like, nigga, I ain't got the hawk yet. Nigga, I'm gonna have the hawk come up like, whoosh. Oh, they go Debo. But yeah, anyhow though. Oh yeah, so that's all we gotta do is move that. You ain't gotta worry about curing. You're just gonna prevent. That's it. We're gonna prevent. For them old folks, you're worried about curing because you're marketing to the older folks. That's your demographics and shit. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with business. I know business. I just have to be most high business first. Then I'm gonna come in and show you I know the business. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we know your demographics. You're marketing to old people who got kidney problems and shit. I'm talking about the so-called healers and shit. Like, these people got healing problems, man. You're marketing them your demographics. We're going to the prevention on ours and shit. We're gonna market to, to the older ones too. That's demographics. That's what they call it in the business terms and shit. But we're marketing to the young ones too. but not in the pedophilia way because we're celibate, so we can't be pedophiles and shit. So like a lot of the false prophets, them niggas got caught up with pedophilia. Them niggas couldn't even turn down the pussy. Like, man, she's 14, man. You how old are you? 60 something? God damn, man, come on, man. Come on, man. I can barely talk to a girl that's the same age as my daughter. When I see a chick, she be drawn out like, how old is you? They like, this is songs. I'm like, you're the same age as my daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's cute, but you know, hey, thanks for the compliment type shit. You know? And that'll just be one of those things because she only draws to me like that because she really know my motherfucking ass. You know, I'm gonna have to hold her accountable. Like, bitch, you want me to make you, let you be a hoe or something and shit? Maybe you probably didn't care, but it's strings attached to my heart. That's what niggas are in denial of and shit. Like, I actually have like strings from my heart connected to my damn divine eye and shit. And niggas are in denial of that. That's why they be having heartache and shit. Yeah, nigga, you ain't faced that heartache. Nigga, you sitting there thinking you so goddamn hard in your narcissistic sense. That bitch hurt you back in 1972, nigga. You ain't even faced that shit. That shit hurt, nigga. or 1999, nigga. That shit was, we hurt, nigga. You ain't faced that. Oh, damn, I'm a little older, nigga. We gotta say 2009 now? Shit, 2009 is almost fucking 20 years ago, almost. Ain't it? Damn, shit. That's crazy. 9, 29, 18, 29. Damn, it's close. 17, yeah. Close. I mean, so close to it. So, yeah, man, you know, gotta handle that. Gotta get that lymphatic system moving, working out. You gotta work out. Boss probably should have told you that shit. Trying to tell you to eat beans and eat once a day and shit. If you look on the lookout, it's gonna be on my other channel though. I'm talking about how not to eat to live. So, you know, that's the best way. It ain't gotta be much. Just break it down real simple, a little ebook, real simple. You ain't gotta get all extra big. It's like, yo, these type of species eat this, these type of species eat this. This type of species got this type of mouth, this type of species got this type of mouth. This type of species, they swallow that shit. Meaning they got some kind of fucking acid inside them that they can digest that shit. We, same difference, man. We got flat teeth. We were just taught to eat the wrong foods. It made us other than our own self. According to the NOI, what is our own self? Our own self is a righteous Muslim, that's what they say. But we change it up and say our own self is a righteous God. That's what the guys on earth say. So we don't even play the games, man. We didn't get caught up in it. We're like, we're going to take your lessons at the time because it was the only thing we knew. And we just going to roll with it. Call it 120. We know 120 is just a third of the cipher and shit. We know it's going to be, you know, some more information they got to get shown. So we got to keep quiet. Make sure and wait. And just allow faith to happen. G. Have that faith and build that the fruits of the spirit. Patience and shit. Strength, discipline, all these different things. Take time. I ain't gotta know everything right away. I knew certain things is being revealed. It's not all the way done yet. I knew it was when I was young. I'm like, it's not done yet. Everybody talking like they knew everything. I'm like, I could have came out with the YouTube, whatever too. I'm like, nah, nigga, we're not done yet. Especially mothers ain't even had no babies and shit trying to tell you everything. Like, hold up, man. Don't tell me nothing about a family. You tell me some stuff that we can have information, but family, that's each individual experience. You gotta do all kind of shit from the rooter to the tutor, man. You gotta go all the way up from the birth. You gotta go through the schools and the bloody noses and the sicknesses with the babies, the disciplines, the separations when they're yelling and they're arguing, they can't play together for a certain time. You gotta do the separate. We gotta deal with the food. We gotta eat. We eat on the right times. All these different things. Dealing with you being a father, fatting her. The father is the one that's responsible for the culture. Then they go through their periods and they gotta go through their, you know what I'm saying? They gotta get to develop. Now you got the boys and even the men, depending on how developed they are, because niggas didn't give a fuck. They honk their horn at you, whipped your baby, that's developed and shit. I've experienced all that shit, man. You have to go through all of that, man, as a father, too. So when you think you can tell a person, grown-ass person, like, nigga, you raise a child and as a man, have you ever raised a daughter, nigga? I'm talking about not just the fact that she's a little baby girl and she's not even 3 years old yet. You just holding her in your hand and she's a newborn. I'm talking about the shit you gotta grow through. How good did you come out with it? Sometimes they could be a hit or miss. See? Differences, man. That's when being a father comes into play. When you teach about being a father, 2 times grown and shit, father type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Not that you got a grandbaby and you had a baby at 14 and shit. That's cool too. Because you mean you had to grow from that. If you stuck to your, you know, your responsibilities. Fathers know what I'm talking about. Shit. Going to the schools, you gotta, you know what I mean? You homeschool your babies too, but at the same time you bring them to school because you don't want them to be cheated of their, you know, experience with other children, so they can develop a good psychological, you know, standing foundation type shit. Going to the school plays and supporting them and instruments and shit like that. I'm just blaming all kind of shit, nigga. Daddy shit, man. A lot of us ain't got to that point yet. The babies are still like 5, maybe 2, or whatever. You know what I mean? I mean that in a bad way. We got grown babies too, though. I'm just talking about like certain ones who are first-time daddies. You know, and they understand. It's like, okay, I talk when it's time. You know what I'm saying? You're not so quick to try to teach somebody else. You haven't had the experience yet. Because once you get a little older, you start realizing it's about the experience. Yeah? You can only speak from your experience when it gets to that point. You can't speak from everybody else's experience. You can read a book, but Most High gave us the best book to read. You know what I'm saying? We got an inner book too. He gave us the best book to read, inside and outside. All you know is it's not going to come from a book, though. It definitely going to come from a book. Our knowledge comes straight from the inspiration from the source. Whether it's our ancestors in spirit who was inspired by the Most High to tell us something, or our ancestors in the higher realms, it depends on how high you vibrate, or the Most High itself just sitting there. Peace. Thank you, though. You're just in the way. It's all right. Peace. He says, all right. Back you out. Peace. Oh, I see you, baby. You know what's up. So, yeah, you know. I'm just bringing in the spirit side of it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Just the spirit side to show why we are who we are anyways in the first place. Why they couldn't understand us anyways. Why the African brothers couldn't understand us really anyways. They're starting to learn. Some of them are good. I like some of them and shit. Some of them could be working for the peoples. Trying to figure out who's all who. You know what I'm saying? Trying to decide when you want to get that one right there. Hold on, wait. Come here. I got you, baby. She's like, you know I don't eat that little shit. All right. Here she comes. That's him. That's him. Come here, man. You got to be quick because you don't want nobody to hit him in the back. They be jumping on your back, man. Mama. Come here, mama. I'm gonna throw this up, mama. You should catch that shit out the air, boy. They cold, nigga. Catch it. That's what we're supposed to be doing. But we'll be playing with animals on the land. We ain't got no time to be going this. They looking at our life, at our culture, like, damn, nigga, these niggas are really in that Chinese movie. These niggas are really Chinese right now. They can actually, you know what I mean, in Chinese movies like, you know, Shaolin, they can actually build their own stuff. They getting their stuff back. You know what I'm saying? They just want to build their own little everything, man. Their own designs and shit. They got their own plumbers. They got their own everything. They got their own trees. They got their own everything. Now we can reckon. Now you can trade with us or something. Now we can trade. And people just trade with us because they like our energy. That's what you'll learn in the world. People just like our energy. They just want to be around you. They give you just something just to be around you. They don't even care what the resource you got. You know, you connected to the Most High. They're like, nigga, just know we can sit together, nigga. I'm cool. Shout out to China too, and Korea. You know what I mean? Because they fucks with niggas. I'm talking about the high elite ones though. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all come through and y'all come through. Y'all know what's up, man. Yeah. So yeah. Like I say, that being said, what's up? What's up? What's happening there? What's happening there? What's happening there? What's good? What's good? I get all mushy and shit. You know I gotta get up with you, bro. In a second. On your ass. We just manifest. I'm like, man, I gotta get up and get some weed, man. Alright. Yeah, I see. Alright, y'all. I love y'all. I gotta cover myself up and shit, man. My broski, man. My brother's keeper. You know what's up, man. I love you. Thanks for joining in. JoJo, what's happening? I hope I said Gojo. Hope I said it right. You know what I mean? Scotland, if you still in the game, boy. I'm glad you don't got my big old face in the front of the whoop. Thank you for joining in, you know what I mean, from Scotland. I definitely, man, we gotta see worldwide, man. We gotta mess with each other. I definitely we want to learn we want to mess with all the cultures, B. We love it, man. Shit. We ain't got no hating us, man. We want you to come through I want to take y'all to Mississippi, man. I want to show y'all Mississippi for real. With me, y'all come over. We tour Mississippi together with me. I'm your tour guide in Mississippi. We ain't never had no tourists like that. I take y'all to the HBCU, the Jackson State. Y'all get to see the homecoming, how it really is, man. Y'all really want to do that, y'all better go ahead and say what's up. I might put a poll up, and if y'all really true, y'all can slide through. Cause, you know, ain't nothing but knockers down there with good hospitality. When you get some good fish, you chilling, everybody treat you like family and shit, whether it's yelling at you or hugging you. It don't matter. You still feel the love, man. So, yeah, with that being said, I love y'all, and shoot, stay tuned. I'll be with you in the next one.